always make sure your tyre pressure is right and that your wheels are properly balanced and aligned. If in doubt, give the experts a shout at Tyre Power. It's just another way Tyre Power is helping you save. Visit tyrepower.com.au or call 13 21 91 for your local independent owner.
How far would you go for your dream kitchen? And how far would you go to get free installation? How about 15 minutes up the freeway to Balhanna Kitchens by Design? 2. The largest showroom in the Adelaide Hills. Custom build your dream with our award-winning designers and get free installation on your cabinets with laminate benchtops. For a limited time, of course. Balhanna Kitchens by Design. It's not too far to go to make your dream a reality. balhannakitchens.com.au.
The latest local, national and international news for South Australia. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Showers this afternoon, showers easing tomorrow 17. With the 4 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher. Actor Sam Neill has died at the age of 78. His family says his death was sudden and unexpected after recently overcoming blood cancer. He was born in New Zealand, but we claimed him as one of our own. Entertainment reporter Peter Ford says his death is a shock.
Everybody has known that in recent years Sam has had a cancer battle, but just 2 weeks ago he had said in an interview that he was cancer-free. So it is a shock to all of us.
His list of movies is long and varied, from Dead Calm, My Brilliant Career and The Dish, to Jurassic Park, The Piano, The Hunt for Red October and Event Horizon. He played Michael Chamberlain in Evil Angels opposite Meryl Streep.
I don't know what God wants anymore. You know? How could he take her? I thought I knew the answer, but I don't.
The Prime Minister has released a statement saying he earned a special place in Australian hearts. He will be much mourned and long remembered. May he rest in peace. And more than 2,500 people were at the Sydney Opera House today to farewell Professor Richard Scolyer. The former Australian of the Year died last month following a 3-year battle with brain cancer. The 59-year-old remembered as a gracious and courageous man. A woman visiting from overseas has been clocked doing 65 k's an hour over the speed limit. She was travelling at 175 in a 110 zone on the Stewart Highway at Pimba earlier today. The 23-year-old has copped a fine in excess of $2,100. Authorities are probing a suspected case of bird flu on the Sunshine Coast. Amy Drew has more from Brisbane.
The Department of Primary Industries has confirmed a wildlife carer in Noosa took precautionary measures to collect a reportedly ill petrel, which is now being tested by Biosecurity Queensland. If the bird tests positive, it would mark the first Queensland case connected to the country's current outbreak. 7 confirmed cases of the H1N1 strain have been detected in migratory birds across Western Australia. 5 have been confirmed in South Australia, including the first case in a native bird, and 1 case is confirmed in New South Wales. Authorities are urging people concerned about sick or dead birds to avoid contact, make a record of the find and report it to the Emergency Animal Disease Hotline.
A digital option for international travellers arriving in Australia is to be rolled out nationwide. The system has been trialled on some Qantas flights into Sydney, Melbourne and Brisbane since 2024. Acting Federal Transport Minister Kristy McBain says it will make travel easier.
Visitors and Australian travellers alike will be able to take advantage of a simpler border process, which will be as simple as checking in for the flight on your phone. A simpler, clearer border process means it'll be faster to process people through our customs too.
Turning to 5AA sport, and Port Adelaide won't challenge Jason Horne-Francis's 1-game ban for rough conduct. That means he'll miss Saturday's clash with the Dockers. The Crows are on the road again this round. The Swans await at the SCG on Friday night. Matthew Van der Poel may have won Stage 9 of the Tour de France, but he's not the man to beat. The yellow leader's jersey stays with Tadej Pogačar. Today is a rest day. And Alexander Zverev will move up to number 2 on the men's tennis rankings after his runner-up finish at Wimbledon. He went down to Jannik Sinner in 4 sets in the final at the All England Club. Now checking 5AA traffic.
To Woodville West, the boom gates are down due to a crash at West Lakes Boulevard near Clark Terrace. It's slow going for outbound through there. In Jepps Cross, delays around ongoing roadworks at Port Wakefield Road near White Road, dropping to 40 for citybound, and in Fullerton along Fullerton Road at Restormal Avenue, also dropping to 40 in both directions. The census is coming this August. You'll get instructions soon on what to do. In the census, every answer matters. Authorised by the Australian Bureau of Statistics, Canberra. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota forklift advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Showers this afternoon, showers easing tomorrow 17, partly cloudy Wednesday 16, mostly sunny Thursday also 16. Right now it's 16 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Rangless. Tonight, we unmask an Adelaide NDIS carer accused of the sexual exploitation of a woman with a disability. Professor Richard Scollier's family shares personal memories at his Opera House memorial service. An alarm you can't stop about to blast over every phone in Australia. And the power plagued by injury and suspension. 9 News. Your news. 9 on 9 and on 9 Now.
In Adelaide and across South Australia, this is 5AA, always Adelaide.
Adelaide's only local sports show.
The 5AA Sports Show.
Coming up, Wayne Millerer as the Crows dominate the Suns in their bid for top 4. We break down round 18 in Coach's Corner with Campo, plus Roger Rashid as Wimbledon crown their champions, and your calls in our Monday footy review.
Rowey and Timmy G.
The 5AA Sports Show.
Thank you, Sammy. Perfect pace, by the way. Wimbledon's done. Tour de France has a rest day, then day 10. It's the World Cup semis. I think the 4 best teams remain. We'll chat about that. The top 4 and bottom 4, I think, are set. 6 games left in the AFL. And boy, oh boy, wowee, winter has hit. Timmy, welcome.
Hello, Stephen. Yes, great to be here on a Monday.
What's the Cooper's Pale Ale ad, or no, the Sparkling Ale? Freeze the balls off a brass monkey.
Yeah, I remember that one.
It was that weather today.
Yeah, it's winter. It's the middle of July. We've got to expect that. So
we have 6 weeks, I reckon. It's about the second week of July through to the end of August.
Yeah.
And then September, you get that little bit of spring in the air. But we have 6 weeks of this. Yeah. So button up. This is week 1.
Yep.
We've got 6 weeks.
And it's just, you're right, I've always described it as that one day in September where things just turn a little bit.
You can smell it.
And you cut the grass and you go, oh, hello.
Hello.
Just start walking on top of it, you know, you're a beauty, and that smell just takes you into spring.
Or the first swoop of a magpie.
I can't say I enjoy it, but it definitely means that...
September, the first swoop of the magpie, the smell of cut grass.
We have them all down our street too.
I know it's cold when it starts snowing at Mount Buller, and they've got their first fall of snow. So this 6 weeks is going to be
How many times has that happened?
Well,
sorry, I thought you were pointing up the hill.
Mount Buller.
We don't
not
get
here.
Yeah, we don't get it. No.
Yeah, well,
Mount Buller, you're right.
We love the snow. But I always get on the snow cam, have a little look.
Do you
Is there
really?
any snow at Mount Buller?
Wow. Unreal.
Yeah, no, just one of those things.
You got a lot of talents.
Yeah, hidden.
Yeah, you got a rain gauge?
Very hidden. No. Who had one? Oh, that
Mark
was big. It was big.
Loved a rain
I will not
gauge.
stoop. I will not stoop to a rain gauge. Oh, I love him. Crows smashed the Gold Coast Suns, we know that. And probably in every aspect of the game, they were simply woeful. 7 straight they've lost. 79-point margin, didn't tell the picture. Plus 22 inside 50s. They won clearance centre square. Lost ruck knocks. You told me that, Timmy. They lost the taps quite convincingly. Plus 27 contested ball, 13 marks inside 50. Campo will go into all of that. But, God, they're building nicely, and senior coach Matty Nix knows it.
What pleased us most is, I guess, players and coaches was just the discipline, the mental strength we showed to stick to it for an entire 4-quarter performance. It was as good as we've been all year. And yes, off the back of that came pressure, because we were just in positions where we could bring it. We didn't make a lot of mistakes where we were going away from what the team needed. We were very disciplined with the way we played.
You were very disciplined. A lot of texts coming through, and we like being corrected. It was the Cooper's Stout course.
Great.
The yellow label.
Correct.
Brass,
very nice this time of year. And that's what it was about. Obviously, in winter, you get the stout in there, and you're right.
And that's the other thing. You go to a pub, and we did yesterday as a family, just down the road from Gemma. We took the grandkids, and everyone was drinking Guinness.
Yeah, because that's stout.
We
Perfect time
actually,
to go.
we did. We went to I won't say the pub. We went to the pub because Conor McGregor's on and Gemma's married to an Irishman.
Yeah, that
60
that
seconds
went well. Yeah.
What a waste of time that was.
It can happen, those things, you know.
I bet you he gets his knee right and has a comeback.
Well,
so he went for that fly kick looking thing
But if
and he's buckled his knee.
If it's an ACL, he's out for a year at
Well,
least.
he's out. He's not. Conor, get into politics,
Now,
mate.
you know what a brass monkey is?
Yeah, no.
You don't?
No.
So, the brass monkey was the metal rack that held the cannonballs on a ship.
Oh,
so
it was
they were out,
too.
when it was too cold, the balls fell off.
Yes,
Because it
I
contracted.
do know now.
There
Yeah.
you go. So that's a brass monkey, my friend.
Yeah, brass monkey weather.
Did you know that, Sam Tugman?
No.
And in this sort of weather, you hear this noise. That's Timmy hit the ground and Phil follows.
There you go.
Hey, Taylor Walker up to half-time, 3 touches, no marks, kicks 2 points. Ended up with 5 goals, 4 and a star. He is a star. He was 1 goal off 700. And we got a lot of interest around it in the call. It was fantastic. It was going around everyone. One more. Here's our goal.
Now there's a goal here, and it's the big Tex. He keys. Redemption for Ben Hungry Keys, who said, I'm not hungry. I've read the script. And Taylor Walker has 699 goals.
Oh, he's a great broadcaster, Will. Great call. Here's a thought. 822 300 Rest Tex versus Sydney, because they're no chance. Now, how did my no chance go for Gold Coast? Remember I said that on...
You said they're no chance.
Yeah, well, so people aren't ringing. Well done, Rowey. You got another one right. They love it when I get them wrong.
Well, another one right would be a stretch.
Really?
You got this one right.
Really? Anyway.
Because your last one, was it done?
Do I remember the Saints having no chance as well, by the way?
Awful.
No.
The Saints have no chance as well?
Oh, I did say that.
I think you did say that.
I said that. You said, don't say that.
Yeah, don't say that.
And they beat you. Yeah, but you had 8 players. We're going to get to the ball game.
50-50. It's all right.
Rest Tex versus Sydney, because... You know, over there they might be no chance. And he kicks his 700th versus Collingwood. Who's in on that? 822 300. Just a question. I know you don't want to flirt with your form,
no.
But I bumped into the call team in the last quarter and I said, listen, no one's going to ever kick another 1,000 goals, are they? And maybe no one's ever going to kick 100. So you were allowed to, inverted commas, Gil McLaughlin basically said, yes, you can. Run out onto the pitch when Buddy Franklin kicked his 1,000th. And it was a scene to behold. And if you kick your 100th, and you know, the ones that done it, Ablett's done it, Mods has done it, it is just magnificent. It's a great thing. So I reckon 100 goals is 70 now. You get to 70, pitch invasion. And I reckon 700 goals is a pitch invasion.
Oh, no.
So rest him.
No.
And I'm saying to Crows supporters, get over on the fence when he gets his 700th against Collingwood. Over you go.
Wow.
Don't you reckon?
Yeah.
I reckon I'm going to get told off.
I'm going
for
to stay out of
doing
this.
That. No, okay. well, it's tongue in cheek, but I mean 700. He's an absolute star. Would you rest him? No.
I'd seriously think about it because you're going to play finals by the look of it, and what's he getting out of Sydney, and is he going to get more benefit out of the rest, or does he need the continuity? I'm not sure.
And only they know that.
Yeah.
And only they know. Anyway, it's worth the question. Suns coach Damien Hardwick, I think he's got more than his team's form to worry about.
Well, just a quick text just to back up your theory of pitch invasions. Aaliyah kicked the goal. First one in, I think, over
a year.
A year, wasn't it? Yeah.
That's a pitch invasion.
That's where it could get to. That's where it could get
true.
to. Yeah.
Well, I think 1,000 goals is sensational. Kicking 100 in a year. What if a defender had, I don't know, 800 spoils for the year? On his 800th, there was a pitch invasion. or a ruckman. A ruckman has, I don't know, 800 hits to advantage.
Yeah, 1,000 or something.
Pitch invasion.
Yeah, no, there's some thought in
No,
that.
but I think the game needs it.
Oh, Andrew Dillon be over the moon.
Yeah, of course he won't. We're just talking about Damien Hardwick. He was walking down post-game and a Crows fan gave him some healthy advice, apparently. Gave him some healthy advice. Here's Damien's response in the presser.
It's not ideal, to be honest, walking through here, and I understand people are going to say stuff, and I've got to be better, but at the end of the day, those sort of people are the guys that live in their mum's basements and type on bloody social media forums and all that sort of stuff. But we're not playing well. I've got to be better, like I said, but we've got to do something about it. It's a dangerous position to put us in, first and foremost. Security is okay, but we don't need people being peanuts about it. Get out of the basement, mate.
Get out of the basement. So if that fella's listening to 5AA, we'd love you to ring in. I'd love to know what you said that rolled him up. And do you live in your mum's basement? but what does that mean? I reckon creepy people live in basements, don't they? Or is it a saying? It's
a reference to normally trolls online who have a go at people and they say, well, they've got no courage. They live in somebody's basement. I think it's an American thing because they have basements. Who has a basement here?
No, we don't have basements. Or attics. We have a garage.
It's rare.
We have a garage.
Well, most of the time,
out in the back garage.
We'd have out the back in the garage.
But if you're that fella that gave him a mouthful, I'd love to know what you said that rolled him up. Dimmer's got to be better, doesn't he? Who cares they walk down there? So how many games a year at Adelaide? 23, isn't it?
With the of course with all the games for gather round, but if you 22 between Crows and Paul.
I think Chris Scott might have had a little bit of a gobful. So,
I
mean, 1 in 10. I mean, whoopsie-doo. What are you going to do? Get a little tunnel or... They could flying fox out onto the ground. That'd be good. And you can throw crap at them on their way down.
No, it's not. Yeah, the old zip line.
Okay, but if that bloke's listening, love to hear and know what he said. Or if you sat next to him, might have been something simple. Port, sadly, oh, God, they've copped the wrong end of the lucky stick with the ding-ding. You've been hit right on the head. Zach Butters, syndesmosis. Mitch Georgiades, concussion. Horn Francis, suspended, 1 game, no Port challenge. Lockie Jones, 50-50 ribs. Jack Lukosius, 50-50 calf. Timmy, you're in all sorts.
Interestingly, a guy I saw this morning, he actually posted, he said that... there's only one way to explain the luck that Zach Butters has had as coach this year with injury. And he said he must have, in the pre-season, stood under a ladder, murdered a cat with a broken mirror. I thought that was a good description of doing all the superstition things wrong for that luck that he's had. And look, it's pretty serious now when you would say nearly your top 5 players are out.
I've got that. We'll get to that. But here's the coach, Josh Carr.
No, it didn't look great. Obviously, ankle, and to what extent syndesmosis, who knows? It's obviously, not looking good. The vision obviously speaks for itself, so we'll have to wait and see.
I just feel for Zach. He's having an enormous year. I think if he's not top 3 in the Brownlow as we sit here today, remember this when you go back and watch it. Not that he wants to win a Brownlow or dreams of it. I think you do, but it's about team success. He's a lock for All-Australian. He would have won his 4th B&F. I just feel for him. He wanted to go out with all guns blazing. That's if he is going out. And I hope that's not the last we see of him was an injury for Port Adelaide.
Yeah,
all those things, you know what I mean.
Well, my first and foremost is it's not over till it's over. So I'm still living the dream that he
keep living
stays.
You keep living it. Port's sample team, they've only had 2 wins. They're bottom. Marshall's touted to come back. Watkins, Will Lorenz, Will Brodie, Moraes. The biscuit barrel's a bit light.
Yeah.
Your biscuit barrel, you're down to the Monte Carlos.
No. Monte Carlo would be way further up the top.
Carlos
it's a great biscuit.
Crap biscuit.
No, it's a great biscuit, mate. Wash your mouth out.
So I'm thinking there's a Tim Tam, mint slice.
Yeah. Oh, mint slice. That's only for people who like mint.
Scotch fingers.
Yeah, they're okay.
You're down to the Monte Carlos, mate. No one eats Monte Carlos.
You're down to a bush biscuit on the bottom.
Okay, a little bush biscuit. You know what you're down to? Little Sayos.
Yeah. Sayo cracker. Yeah.
Those
tastes like
crackers.
nothing.
Anyway, have your say, Port supporters, 8223 0000. The Poms have sacked their coach, Brendan McCullum. Bazball is officially dead. I don't think it ever started because it was crap. It won nothing, Bazball. 49 matches it was all hype and no go. It's all show, no go. It was just crap. 49 matches, 27 wins against the Minnows, 20 losses, 2 draws. Very, very ordinary. So just on the back of that, who else needs to be clipped? 8223 0000. Tony Popovich, I think's the next one. He's all talk, no action.
He's signed a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
You know what? No, I reckon they're going to pull that Band-Aid off.
Rescind it.
He's got a touch of the Bazballs about him. All show, no go.
Oh, you got the Turkey thing unbelievably right, and then probably got the USA one completely wrong, and Paraguay was a nothing draw. There was some mistakes made, definitely, but he's got that year. I'd give him that year. And
do you reckon the best 4 teams have survived? They have, haven't they?
They were the top 4 in the bookies' mind.
So this tournament doesn't lie. You can't blind squirrel it. The best teams
to get to the semi,
advance. They do.
It's very rare you'll blind squirrel it. Yeah, I'm with you.
God, I can't wait for Wednesday and Thursday mornings. I'm going to watch both. I sat and watched. I got up on, was it Saturday morning or yesterday morning? The Norway-English game.
Sunday morning.
That was unbelievable,
good
that
game.
first half. Wasn't that good?
Met with controversy as well about the ball deflecting off the spider cam over the top.
Yeah.
So, and that's supposed to be, null and void.
Stop play.
Drop ball. So, very controversial.
Yellow card, the second yellow to the Norwegian, he got sent off.
So they played with 9.
Simulation.
Yeah. So,
and he did simulate. He was nowhere near him. Yeah. They got to get that out of the game.
And that's what you'd go harder on, wouldn't you? I reckon with the VAR is to go, nobody touched him. And he's rolling around like that.
God, they're good actors,
Here's a card for you. Yeah.
They're good actors.
Are they?
Probably not.
I reckon well, now you don't believe the guy that is hurt.
Got the ref.
That's the issue I've got. You don't believe the guy who is hurt.
Yeah. Well, I think here's the thing when you watch the World Game. Unless a bone is protruding from the skin, he's not hurt. 822 300 we're up and about.
Phil reckons Porter down to the orange creams. Harry thinks Monte Carlos are the cream of the crop. Yo-yos, there's all sorts of biscuits getting thrown at us.
A good call about the orange cream.
I like it. And Matt sincerely apologises to you, Rowey. He says, I want to offer my apologies to Rowey. I was one of the listeners last week that were upset that he went the early crow with the 10-goal predictions. Sorry we doubted you.
Thank you.
8223 0000. It is our Monday footy review. Lots to go through today, and for the entire way through the night, we want your calls. The lines are open. Give us anything your thoughts were over the weekend of sport. 8223 0000.
Rowey and Timmy G, the FIVEAA Sport Show. Crow's big man Riley O'Brien joins Rowey and Timmy G each week on the FIVEAA Sport Show. Find out what's going on at Westlakes. Thanks to Buy Urban Bathrooms and Kitchens Swear Jar Pledge. Riley O'Brien swears to bring you the latest Crows and AFL news.
Great things begin with the right space. A space to work, a space to store, a space to create. Right now, build the space you've always wanted with Olympic Industries sheds, garages and outdoor storage designed for Australian lifestyles. Visit one of Olympic Industries' inspiration centres today and bring your space to life. Start something with the Olympic Industries sale. On now.
Go Vita, your local health food shops. With 40 years health and wellness experience and over 300 natural health practitioners specialising in you.
Hi, I'm Natasha from Go Vita Fairview Green. Try Best of the Bone grass-fed broth concentrate. Slow-cooked 48 hours from 100% grass-fed beef bones. Supports gut health, joints, skin and recovery. 390 grams, save 20%, now just $26.40.
Go Vita, Colonnades, Fairview Green, Marion, Mount Barker, Semaphore and Tanunda.
South Australia is big, it's wild, and it all looks closer than what you actually think. Now, this winter, get out and explore your own backyard with a special seasonal rate from Avis Truck Rental Adelaide.
Yeah,
Matty's
and tell him we sent you, because Matt's a ripper. He runs the depot at Avis Truck Rental Adelaide. He is a bit of a legend. His only fault, and he was brought up into a family of Essendon supporters, he's a Bombers supporter.
Well,
but he does love the Crows and Port equal.
Yeah, but he's in a world of hurt, so we should help him out.
Well, in actual fact, take his mind off the football and bloody get in there and rent something.
Get him working.
Matt's unlocked these special offers, special winter rates, next day bookings, extra kilometres included, and insurance excesses have been reduced. Wow.
Well, they're all good deals, aren't they? Now, these winter rates apply to their four-wheel drives, their vans, their dual cab 4x4 utes with lockable canopies and roof racks, and even their 12-seaters. So whether you're heading to the coast, wine regions or the Flinders, or a weekend interstate to the footy, Matt's got you covered with a vehicle for the adventure.
How good is that? They're the best. Avis Truck Rental Adelaide. Trust your Cobbo. Trust your mate Matty. Ask for the FIVEAA Winter Special and tell him Timmy sent you. If you say me, no, it's probably you.
He's happy either way to give you those deals.
Call 8241 5200. That's 8241 5200, or jump online at avis.com.au.
At Holistic Care SA, we are focused on capacity building, not just care. We help people with disability gain the support, skills and confidence for independent living. Holistic Care SA helps our clients make sense of their NDIS plans, understand their options and connect with the right services, not just the available ones. For a friendly chat about supported independent living, visit holisticcaresa.com.au because everyone deserves the chance to become who they're meant to be.
Accitel's $80 a month internet plan is on sale never. We don't care what day it is. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Boxing Day, or your nan's birthday. Forget about price hikes. We keep it just the way you like. One plan, one price. Accitel. Typical evening speed 500 over 40 megabits per second. T's and C's apply.
Hey, Kyle Chalmers here, letting you know that when it comes to flooring for your home or investment property, Floorworld should be your go-to. With locations north, east and west, you'll save on a huge range of wool and synthetic carpets, engineered timber flooring, laminate, hybrid and vinyl flooring. If you own a rental property or you're a homeowner, speak with the experts at Floorworld. Visit floorworld.com.au for a free consult. Plus, mention this ad for 15% off.
Vehicle damaged? Remember 3 Ps. Pro Paint and Panel. They'll take care of everything, including insurance.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
I was trying to, mate, but it was sort of nice because, you know, as I said, the boys up the ground were outstanding. I thought our centre clearance work around stoppage. So, as you know, mate, when you're playing the forward line, you're a byproduct of what the boys do up the ground. So, yeah, it's nice to get on the end of a couple, but early on, I had my boots on the wrong feet.
Taylor Walker stuck on 699 goals, even though he looked a long way from it at half-time when he had 4 behinds to his name. He's now 1 away from a big milestone. Rowey wants us to go a pitch invasion if he gets to 700. What do you think? 8223 0000. Let's check traffic. Your call's next.
Slowing through Erbray around a breakdown at the bottom of the freeway near Crossroad. To Murray Bridge, a truck has lost its trailer on the freeway uptrack near the Swamport Bridge, and through Woodville West, the boom gates are down due to a crash at West Lakes Boulevard near Clark Terrace, slowing the outbound through there. In Jepps Cross at Port Wakefield Road near White Road, citybound down to 40. KFC are dropping 31 deals over 31 days this Christmas in July for you to unwrap in-app. Let the festivities begin. Only available till 10 p.m. Pick up only. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Sorry, another apology. Late breaking news. Rowey, a clown. It was the Swiss player sent off for simulation. It was too. It wasn't the Norwegian.
Sorry, what's simulation? What is that?
Yeah,
you feign an injury.
Oh, you feign it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The player was nowhere near him.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it was embarrassing. Anyway, he got his second yellow and off he went to cost him. Hello, and he cried his eyes out. And had to get escorted. Oh, you sookie lala. Well, don't feign an injury, you clown. Hello, Don.
Oh, g'day. I haven't got much more to add than what I just said to your producer, but somebody rang in this morning about what was said to Dimmer. He's either the guy that actually spoke or his best mate who was sitting next to him. So I thought it was Graham Goodings that was getting the call, but apparently it was Matthew Pantelis. But there is a record somewhere in your system, I guess.
Okay, well, we just want him to ring us in. Ring us in. Thanks, Don. You could have said that, your producer. You're right. But if you were the rooster that did it, ring in. I'd love to hear. I'd love to know what you said.
Yeah. Well, his suggestion was that it was something about you won't be in the grand final this year or something throwaway like that.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's only that,
he's got to have a thicker skin.
You've got to have a thicker skin than that. But even if they say whatever, I mean, I just think, and I was saying to Sam, I don't mind a bit of banter.
Love it. Love it.
You know, I'll get back down in your mum's basement or something. If you want to say that or whatever, who cares if there's a bit of an
fair game, right?
It's only when it gets out of hand or there's abuse or swearing and
racially vilify all
that
swear.
Stuff. Yeah, exactly. But you know,
you got security guards. He needs to harden up. It's always about him, isn't it? Hello, Annie.
Hello, boys. I've got an answer to their problem. Poor little precious Damien and Chris, they're all a little bit precious when they come over to Adelaide and don't like the crowds, and we hear it every week. Maybe what we need to invest in is some noise-cancelling headphones so that when they walk down, they can't hear us.
Yeah.
It's the only way they're going to make it.
Well, something like that, or maybe like a Pope-mobile.
Oh, yeah, don't mind that.
So you have this little cable coming down, a little Pope-mobile, and it's clear, and you can sit in it on a little seat, and you come down the stairs and go straight to the box, and then,
Yeah. So similar to the mobile ambulance, but with a Perspex cone of silence over the top.
Around it.
Yeah.
You know what? They can't get a camera, Timmy, for a goalpost.
No, exactly.
But apparently it's coming. There's no way they're getting a Pope Mobile for those
How
coaches.
long ago was that? 3 years?
Oh, 3 years ago.
Is it 3 years? We haven't solved that problem.
Some clown was on it 3 years ago.
We're getting better cameras for this finals, though. So they've already ordered them in.
Oh, great.
So finals will be okay.
Yeah.
Home and away, though.
I'm glad Laura doesn't build a house. Imagine.
And also every ground. So when they play a game in Ballarat or Alice, they won't have these cameras.
Yep.
Come on, mate.
Come on, mate.
Let go.
Come on, mate. Hello, Chris.
Hey, boys, how are you?
Hey, Chris.
Good. Hey, a couple of things. I'm going Friday night with my son George to SDG, and if Tex kicks the 700 and they let us on, we're straight on. That's number one. And then, Rowey, I need your help with something.
Yeah?
Mate, we had to hear Ken Hinkley for 10, 13 years. Now we got him on Fox Sports. He's a bit monotonous. How long do you reckon we have to put up with him for, mate? Okay, we've had him for so many years.
But I reckon he's good. I like
He's all right. He's all right. But you know what? He comes across like he doesn't like that Crows. He makes a few little comments here and there. But it's like, how many years we've got to listen to the bloke for, mate? You know, maybe should have a week off every now and then, I reckon.
All right. Thanks, Chris. I love this text. Rowey, it's time for a bit of Jackson 5.
Oh,
I'm being encouraged.
No.
There's a text from Brett. Rowey,
Yeah.
I think it's
Don't
time.
be tempted that early.
And there is an old saying, beware the sample of one.
Yeah, there is. I've been told that a number of times.
Just tossed out a little bit of bait there, Brett, and he has gobbled it
Brett.
right up. Time for the 4:30 headlines. More of your calls on our Monday footy review straight after this.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G. Will Goodings with Stacey Lee. 5AA Breakfast.
We've got Dave on the line. Dave's mate was one of the people who exchanged words with Damien Hardwick. Dave, tell us what happened.
I've got a mate, and we'll call him Boxhead, right? The person that was sitting behind them apparently said, hey, Dimmer, you're not winning a premiership this year, or something along those lines.
Okay.
Right? Footy banter, and he needs to lighten up.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, Mel Usher with the news headlines. The tributes are flowing for Sam Neill after the actor's death. He passed away in Sydney today, aged 78. Foreign Affairs is working to determine if any Australians have been caught up in a deadly fire in Thailand. Zoos and wildlife parks are temporarily shutting down exhibits to protect against the deadly new strain of bird flu. And in sports, scans have confirmed a low-grade syndesmosis injury in Crow Rory Laird's left ankle. He's expected to miss the next few weeks. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Slowing through Erbray around a breakdown at the bottom of the freeway near Crossroad. Tamari Bridge, a truck has lost its trailer on the freeway uptrack near the Swamport Bridge. And through Woodville West, the boom gates are down due to a crash at West Lakes Boulevard near Clark Terrace, slowing the outbound through there. In Japs Cross at Port Wakefield Road near White Road, citybound down to 40. KFC are dropping 31 deals over 31 days this Christmas in July for you to unwrap in-app. Let the festivities begin. Only available till 10 p.m. Pick up only. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast down to 11 tonight. Showers easing tomorrow, 17. Right now it's 15 degrees. We'll have more news at 5 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Is your lawn a chore or a pleasure? If you're watching the clock, it's a chore. If you're watching the lines, it's a pleasure. At Mowers Plus Salisbury, we're here for the pleasure seekers. And if it's a chore for you, we're here to make it easier. We stock all the big brands too, including Still, Toro, Massport, Victor and more. And we service everything, including cylinder mower grinding and all types of blade sharpening. Google Mowers Plus Salisbury and trust your garden to us.
Nobody chooses an accident, but you may choose who repairs your car.
Check your policy, then choose Pro Paint and Panel for high standard repairs, towing if required, and manage all the insurance paperwork for you.
Pro Paint and Panel, South Road, Hindmarsh.
Hi there, it's Jane Riley. You've heard me speak before about a company in Adelaide providing solutions to support community health in Australia and overseas. That company, of course, is Fusion Clinical Research. But I think sometimes the contribution Fusion makes to our health landscape is overlooked. The committed research being done by the Fusion team is helping bring us closer to cures for many illnesses, and that is something we should all celebrate. Fusion, trusted research, proven results.
We've all had it happen, even I have. I'm talking about that sliding patio door or window that you have to wrestle with to open and close. Luckily, Rollerco were able to get the parts I needed to fix it, and if I can do it, you can do it. For over 40 years, Rollerco have been making, fixing and supplying parts for all sorts of sliding doors and windows. Do what I did. Call into Shop 3, 26 Jacobson Crescent at Holden Hill, or visit the website, rollerco.com.au. They'll get you rolling.
Wearing the same few layers on repeat? The Gazman Winter Sale is now on. Enjoy up to 40% off selected styles with premium knitwear and cotton shirts from $69.95, plus all denim now $89. In-store and online now. Gazman.
Can't wait to see your future home? Let's bring your vision to life. Visit one of Rossdale Home's many display villages across Adelaide and the Hills. Explore our stunning layouts, finishes and our latest designs for inspiration. Whether it's single story, two-story, split level or even a custom build, our friendly Rossdale team is here to answer all your questions. For open times and locations, visit rossdalehomes.com.au. Rossdale Homes, your local SA builder, because trust is a must.
Car accident? You should have the freedom to choose your trusted repairer. Choose Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
I think the umpiring's at crisis point now. I think the game is so hard to umpire that the umpires have lost their confidence. I think they're second-guessing themselves. I can imagine the reaction to these sorts of constant errors is now moved from disgust to laughable.
Yeah, the fans don't get angry anymore. They just put their head in their hands and laugh and just giggle with their friends going, oh, what a shocking decision that was.
It's a crisis.
It's come to the expected week to week. It's so embarrassing for this competition.
So what are we, round 18 now? They've got to just go, you know what, forget at the end of the year making a change. We need a crisis meeting now or else this will impact our final.
Channel 7's Jason Richardson and Campbell Brown with a really strong discussion there around umpiring.
Yeah.
There were some big decisions on the weekend that were extremely debatable.
Every week we have this. Now, that's Channel 7's Jason Richardson, as you said. He to me, is as balanced as any. When I think he's disappointed or he's having a crack or he brings it up, you know it's bad. And now, I don't know whether the word is an intervention, and I'm sure the AFL House is, Timmy, addressing this. It's as simple as the nose on your face. Get it down to 3.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even, if they did it this round and didn't say a word to anyone, it'd take most people till about, they go, hang on, the umpiring's been good. The umpiring is pathetically woeful.
The umpiring will be good when we don't notice it.
But that's what I'm saying.
And that's the issue at the moment, is there's too many. And I agree.
Just take it to 3.
If you think about Jason Richardson's comments there, he's saying it is so hard now to umpire it that things are going wrong and they've lost their confidence almost in doing it. Now, just have a listen to this grab. This is that incident where Ginnivan fakes a handball and the man...
They changed this rule 2 years ago.
Yeah, man on the mark thought he's moved, he's played on. That's it. You're not allowed to do that anymore.
The umpire also said play on.
And he's then moved and got a 50. Mm-hmm. Have a listen to this.
This is unacceptable. I mean, he's one of our most experienced umpires, and we can't have that in a game where there's not going to be a lot of goals. In the first half, where there wasn't many goals, and they've been given an absolute gift, Hawthorn, that is not up to standard.
Just when I thought we couldn't find new lows, we have.
And everyone. So go back 3 years. I'm the only one jumping off the turnbuckle and going berserk, but now everyone does.
Well, that
shows you how bad it is.
The examples are just repeating, and they're in different areas. And I think it is too hard a game to umpire. There's too much technical little things that we're going on about that once upon a time you didn't have in the game, and you only paid the obvious. That was always the big rule, wasn't it? Just pay the obvious and let the other stuff go. And you go, okay, well, you get 30 free kicks a game, and a lot got let go. But you know what? I didn't really notice them. That would be the best result.
I think they summed it up well, Jason Richardson and his team. So it was frustration 2 or 3 years ago, anger probably at the start of this year. And now it's just pure...
It's apathy.
Now you're just laughing.
It's apathy because you're just going, what can we do?
What can we do?
What can we do?
Hello, Ange.
G'day.
Ange.
Before I tell you about the demo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, went to the Colac for lunch on the weekend. Had some beautiful wood oven pizza. I thought I'd grab some wine and take with me. I went to grab my bottle of Black Guts, but I thought, oh shit, I don't have one, so I can't have one, can I? Anyway, so boys, what was said to Dimmer was that you're not going to win Coach of the Year. That's what the actual comment was.
Oh, you're not going to win Coach of the Year, right? Did he win it last year?
Yes. No, I just think everyone thought they were going to be the bee's knees.
Gotcha.
And
Yeah.
also, how many games have we played at Adelaide Oval, boys? Thousands. And we get, 4 complaints from coaches?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Right.
ridiculous. Sooks. That's what they are.
Get some bags of cement, boys. Get some bags of cement.
Harden up. No problems with that. 2012 Rusden Sand Scrub out of a 5-litre bottle. I was drinking at 2 in the morning.
Oh, well, just
Sorry
make
about
us
that.
all jealous.
He was worried about not getting one with his home made
Could have brought him
pizza.
one home.
Well, it was Christian's 50th,
I
mate.
know.
Hello, Johnny.
Hey, fellas, how you going?
Good, mate.
I didn't want to comment on this. It's not what I rang up for, but when you're talking about the umpires and what's been happening, that's just a reflection of what's happening in AFL House. It's a reflection of the leadership there, and there was an article written by some reporter, Warner, I think it might have been. Who was the guy that
Michael
has come
Warner.
off the AFL Commission? Who was that guy that's come off, and he's been replaced? But he wrote an article, and it was pretty scathing around the operations. And I just see that as a reflection. But anyway, that's not what I rang for. 2 things. Hardwick. The vision that showed when he walked down and his interaction with whoever made that comment, he almost looked like he was a bit jovial in that conversation, and then completely different to the comment he made in the press conference. But, based on what we think has been said, that's just weak from Damien Hardwick.
Of course it is.
It
He's
needs
gotta
to
be
be better than that.
Of course he does.
But the other thing I wanted to ask Rowey, if you got somebody from the Crows coming on, because there was some commentary around Sid Draper and where he's being played in the SANFL, and I've read some comments that he's not being played, or this weekend, he hasn't been played in the midfield. I'd like to understand why that's not the case, if that's true. And if we're going back to a comment that was made earlier this year by Adam Kelly around them trying to build him into a footballer, the kid's been drafted as a midfielder. He should be playing in the midfield in the SANFL if he's not. And if he didn't this weekend, I'm trying to understand why. What are we
He had
doing?
13 touches. He kicked a goal. He's been through the midfield. He was sort of like a high half foot. I think they're just teaching him the game. They've got to teach him poise. His best is frightening. Like his, what would you call it? His weapons, his pace, his sideways movement, his explosion out of a stoppage. But he's only 2 years into his career. And I think they did realise it was going to take him a little longer than others, and that can happen. And I was told, I'll share with you, Scotty Burns, and you know this, Timmy, he rang me before a ball was bounced this year. We had a coffee down at Cotto on Prospect Road. He said, Rowey, here's some vision. We're going to have to be patient with this kid. We've got high expectations, but don't talk him up and all that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I mean, I'll probably give a bit too much information there, Burns. You might not have liked that. But he showed me vision. He's got some development to do. And that's on to Mick Godden and his group to develop the kid.
Just in
They know him best.
John's argument, though, if he's a midfielder, should he be playing midfield, or are they trying to teach him a high half forward role because that's where he's going to be able to come in and fit in, or is he going to come in and fit in as a midfielder?
They're probably teaching him the game, Timmy.
Which game? Which game, though?
Well, the smarts of the game, the reading of the game, the poise of the game, I remember if you used to struggle as a forward, Barmy would put you to half back. The ball's coming at you. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to create it. You've just got to be on a man, have a starting position.
I think everyone agrees the high half forward is the hardest role in the AFL. So.
Yeah.
So you're setting him up to fail.
Well, okay. Well, who was that?
That's a position not many players
you
succeed in.
lose confidence in that position.
John,
Absolutely.
Next time we got Godsey on, we'll get him to specifically talk about the development of Sid Draper, because it's a high draft pick that they've got to start getting some reward for, and they will. Give him time. Hello, Mouse in the house.
G'day, Rowey and TVG. How are you?
Well, my eardrums just burst, but yeah, that's
sorry.
all right.
Listening to your great conversation over here. Hey, first of all, first things first, I did a promo on Friday night with 2 Fremantle boys, and they pointed out to all the crowd that all the players on the ground were confused with the umpiring. They said, as they were walking off at half-time, they've never heard the crowd boo so loud for the umpires. There was 2 or 3 instances in the game where the umpire that was on one side of the pack called a free and the bloke on the other side of the pack called the opposite free. So if they don't get the frees right interpretations themselves, how are the players supposed to read what's going on?
Yeah.
And they were very confused about the rubbing in the head free as well. And there was a couple other hold the balls that should have been paid that weren't. But also I want to just add one thing. Darren Cahill's got to be up there with Australia's greatest ever coaches. I don't think he gets the plaudits that he deserves. To get another Wimbledon title, to get another Grand Slam, he's coached 4 players only ever, and all of them became number 1. And the things he's doing for tennis is unbelievable. I think he's, Leighton Hewitt and him deserve a statue down or something down at Memorial Drive for sure, or at least along a Sport of Champions walkway, maybe over that bridge for all the greats as well. Do a walkway, but they deserve a bit more credit, I think, especially Darren Cahill.
Oh, Mouse, no truer word. Darren Cahill's an absolute legend. So it was Hewitt to number 1 and some titles. Agassi.
Wimbledon, yep. Agassi.
Sinner. Who was between Sinner and Agassi?
Halep. Simona Halep.
It was Simona Halep. It was too.
Went to number 1 and won Grand Slams.
I mean,
So,
that's
it's a
not
phenomenal
a fluke.
record. And when you speak with him, I'm fortunate enough to catch up with him.
He's a ripper.
Oh, and then when he goes into coaching mode, you know what it reminds me of.
Well,
funny that. And funny about that.
Heard this one, the apple fall far from tree.
I do like talking to him.
Hello, Sayo.
Congratulations.
We were talking about Sayo biscuits just recently.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, well, that's what I rang for. You said Sayo cracker, and I thought, well, maybe that's meaning me to call.
Spot on.
You know what Sayo means, though, don't you? It's Salvation Army officer, and I think Port need all the help they can get at the moment.
Oh, Sayo, they've been touched on the ding-ding without a lucky stick this time.
Yeah, look, hey, that's football. I mean, it's not going to stop us following us people in the cheer squad and that. And look, on the bright side, it's going to get some of the players that are listed that haven't had an AFL game maybe get a game time and show how good they can be.
Yeah, that's a positive. No question about that. But 5 of your 6 best players are out. Rosie, Butters, Georgiadis, Sam Powell-Pepper, and who's the 5th?
Horne-Francis?
Horne-Francis.
Well, JHF as well with the suspension. But
he's out suspended. God.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised the club didn't appeal, but maybe it's just he needs a rest. I don't know. But the umpiring is just inconsistent.
Isn't it?
Like you wonder whether they've got biasness towards some players and others, because some players seem to do it and can get away with it and others. And I don't know whether Mitch Georgiadis was coat hangered on the weekend.
No,
it
that was
looked
just
like,
a contest.
from where we were sitting at the back, that's all we could see. So,
I actually thought Rowan Marshall should have been taken for concussion protocols as well, which I think they did take him off, but I don't think he went off for that full 20.
It was just before a break, so I reckon they came off. Maybe it happened in a break. I can't remember.
It was in
when it was
third term. So I thought it was early on, but they both hit the ground really heavily.
Hello, Barney Rubble.
G'day, gentlemen. Hey, Dimmer's back at it again. It's a perfect smoke screen. Earlier on in the year when they were winning, and they questioned about the umpiring, he said, look, the rule book is getting thicker and thicker. It's so hard to read, blah, blah, blah. Everything was okay about the rules. He wasn't complaining about the umpires. And when they start losing, he complains about the umpires. It's just a smoke screen. He does this to take away the pressure from himself and his team's pathetic effort on the ground.
God, they were awful, Barney. 7 straight they've lost. Well, I didn't see that coming.
And I actually thought, besides that Collingwood game last week where I thought they were going to try and turn this around as far as effort goes and putting pressure on, they dropped completely away.
Off.
Completely.
They don't like winter.
Well, guess when the sport's played.
Yeah, they don't like winter. Yeah, but they're on the Gold Coast. It's 21 every day.
Surprised by his comments post-game when he says, with 6 games to go, mind you, that the season's over for him.
No.
It's a strange attitude to have for a senior coach.
It is.
A month and a half of football left.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
At the top level.
There's a lot of text here. Well, maybe he knows that they are cooked. A lot of text here saying, Rowey, you just don't like Dimmer because of 2017. Well, yeah, you're right. Of course. Well,
there's a lot I do like about him, and I think he's got a hard edge as a coach and the like. So, and he is a 3-time premiership coach. So there's a lot I do
take that away
like.
from him.
But
He'll get there.
There's probably a little bit in that distraction. And it was a tactic that Sheed used to use beautifully. He'd going to be sitting in after a 10-goal loss and he'd say, why aren't we playing football in South Africa? And everyone would go, oh, Sheed wants footy in South Africa. You know, he was very clever at that.
So how many years has Dimmer been there now? Is this his third?
That's a good question.
I reckon it is.
Check that. I reckon it is.
So probably by next year he'll have the list he wants. He would have weeded out all the CU
but
laters.
You know, that team that played against
this is his third year.
Adelaide on Saturday night was pretty well a very good team. There's a lot of names in that give you a good lineup. I wouldn't mind borrowing a few
He won
on the
11
weekend.
games his first year, 16 last year. They can't.
And a final. They won a final last year.
Yeah, they played in the finals.
Did too.
Yeah. And
Knocked
they
off
won.
Freo.
Oh, so
got to
they've
the
gone
semi.
backwards. Oh, that's why he's sooking it up.
All right.
Call the ambulance.
Get to more of your calls very shortly. It's 10 minutes to 5, though, and we want you to get along to Saturday football. 'Cause I'm Timmy G. In the best seats at Adelaide Oval, the FIVEAA locker room. If you're a Port Adelaide supporter and you're keen to see the Power take on Freo, 8223 0055, we have a double pass to give away straight after we check your roads.
Flowing through Urbray, we've got a breakdown at the bottom of the freeway near Crossroad. In Murray Bridge, a truck has lost its trailer at the freeway uptrack near the Swamport Bridge. And through Woodville West, the boom gates are down due to a collision at Westlake Boulevard near Clark Terrace, slowing for outbound through there. There's so much to see on Netflix this weekend. Thrills with I Will Find You, mystery with Enola Holmes 3, and the timeless charm of Little House on the Prairie. What will you discover next on Netflix? Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
When a disaster strikes, knowing what to do helps keep you safe. That's the sound of Oz Alert, Australia's new emergency messaging system. Oz Alert sends near-instant alerts to compatible mobile devices during local and national disasters. As part of the national rollout, we'll be sending a test alert to your mobile device around 1:30 p.m. on Monday the 27th of July. Oz Alert helps keep you informed. Visit ozalert.gov.au. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
You had a dream. Life happened. You parked it. Well, the dream is back. The Honda Prelude returns. Reimagined for right now. For everyone who never stopped dreaming. See the icon for yourself at Formula Honda Glen Osmond or Modbury. The Prelude is reborn with hybrid efficiency, intuitive tech and instant torque. Welcome back, Prelude. Visit Formula Honda at Glen Osmond Road, Glen Osmond or North East Road, Modbury and book a test drive today.
Signs you may have Big D envy. You've been invited to a mate's house to watch the footy, but you decline. Another mate's having a birthday bash. You make up an excuse not to attend. And finally, you feel like your partner is comparing what you have to what your mates have. Avoid Big D envy. Get in touch with Big Difference Home Improvements. From outdoor blinds to stunning verandas, pergolas, timber decking and carports, Big Difference Home Improvements will change your life. BigDifference.com.au.
Retirement should be about holidays or buying the fancy biscuits. AFM Wealth Strategy helps people enjoy retirement without the constant fear of running out. Their independent advice shows you how your money can last your lifetime, living well along the way. For a worry-free retirement, you need to plan now. Get in touch with AFM Wealth Strategy, an authorised representative of Independent Financial Advisors Australia. AFSL 464629.
Got something big to budge? Budget with Budget. Little trucks, big trucks. You can do it all in a budget rental truck. Get exactly what you need and at a great price too. So remember, whatever you've got to budget with a budget rental truck.
Budget with a budget rental truck. It's quick and cheap. Well, half your luck when you budget with a budget rental truck.
Budget car and truck rental. Call 13 27 27. That's 13 27 27.
It's Tyre Power's big winter safety sale. Get better grip and a safer drive this winter with a new set of Toyo tyres from Tyre Power. Right now, you can buy 3 and get 1 free on Toyo Proxy CR1 and CR1 SUV tyres. That's buy 3 and get 1 free on selected Toyo tyres, but only at Tyre Power and only until the end of July. Get the power of a safer drive this winter. Visit tyrepower.com.au or call 13 21 91 for your local independent owner.
35 years of down-to-earth family service, backed by modern premises, means you can rely on Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 6 minutes to 5, our Monday footy review. We are taking your calls, 8223 0000. From the Crows after 5 o'clock, Wayne Miller will join us on the back of a huge win over the Suns, and then we'll jump into Coach's Corner from 5:30 with Scotty Camporeale in the studio with us. But right now, we're getting into the 5AA locker room.
Timmy G.
We certainly are. It's the game this week. It's 12:45 start, correct? And it is at Adelaide Oval. It's going to be Port Adelaide v FIVEAA, live and free on 5AA. To get there into the 5AA locker room, you have to be nearest the pin without going over. Our first contestant is Matt at O'Halloran Hill. Matt, the question is, sir, back in 2014, there was a semi-final played between Port Adelaide and Fremantle. Now, it was in WA, and Port, after a half-time deficit, came back to defeat the Dockers by 22 points. How many tackles did Port lay in that game, Matt?
Let's go 48.
Thank you, Matt. Let's go Mark at Woodcroft.
59.
59. Thanks, Mark. Let's go Rob at Andrews Farm.
I'll go 88.
88.
88.
And let's go Craig at Marston.
65.
65, and Deb at Woodville Gardens. Yes, Deb?
I'll say 45.
45. Okay. Nearest the pin without going over. The answer was 67, so it's Craig at Marston. He got 65. Congratulations, Craig. Well done, mate.
Thank you very much, Timmy.
Excellent. Looking forward to the weekend. Who will you take with you to the 5AA locker room?
Well, I am a Port supporter, Timmy, so I guess let's take my wife with me.
Oh, yeah, you're a good man. Well done.
Enjoy it.
Only because of the free wine.
It's a great package, no doubt about that. You get continuous 5-hour beverage packet, halftime villies, pre-game food. It's going to be awesome.
You have those canap things, don't you? What are they?
Yeah, canapes.
Those things.
Canapes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those ones.
Yeah, you get those as well.
You have all three.
You get all three.
Oh, God.
Nicely
Are
played.
you a bit fearful about Fremantle? Did you see their second half against Sydney?
Well, I did.
15 goals.
It was just ridiculous. It was... it was quite phenomenal how devastating it was.
Yeah.
They came good.
Here's what we do know. Josh Carr will pick a team. He'll give them a plan. He'll expect them to play their role. And he'll demand it for 4 quarters.
Yeah. And, yes, you know what? They'll give you that. On the weekend, it was probably one of our worst halves of football. And then...
Third quarter was good.
Even with injuries, the third quarter was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And to kick 6 and, get it back to within 3 points, it showed some real grit. But, there's holes in our team, if you like, as far as we know that the depth isn't there yet. But if you're modelling yourself on a game plan, that's one that can work. We just got to get a few more games into a lot of the players, and we do got to add some talent because the depth isn't there. I think Steve was on earlier in the show saying, Timmy, what's going to be the fallout if Port win another wooden spoon in the sample, which they're more than likely going to do. And the fallout is you've got to strengthen that list. Have to strengthen that list because it's just not up to it. And you see it in the sample when you're getting belted by the teams that are sort of very close to the bottom as well.
You know how critical I've been over the years with the Crows recruiting. Does Cripper come under some scrutiny?
Well, they probably sacrificed a lot to try and keep...
the Horn Francises.
But also to try and keep filling that last gap, if we get
the
this
jigsaw
player,
puzzle,
we get that
jigsaw puzzle.
We'll get over the line, we'll get a flag, and we never got there. So we're paying maybe the price for that.
Okay.
Have you say, call into the program. It is our Monday footy review, 8223 0000. The lines are available. Wayne Miller after the 5 o'clock news.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
At Coles, get half price on selected dental hygiene brands like Colgate, Sensodyne, Listerine and more. Save in-store or online at Coles. Offer ends Tuesday. Excludes down, everyday and clearance items. Follow the directions for use.
Big stories, big opinions. If it's world football, it's covered in TalkSport's World Cup Shootout. Listen on the 5AA player app.
Who can fix the shower?
Service Today.
Who can fix the power?
Service Today.
Yes, we can, is what we say at Service Today.
From emergency plumbing to electrical and heating and cooling, no matter what size job you need, at Service Today, the answer will always be yes, we can. It's Service Today guaranteed, or it's free.
Can you fix the shower?
Yes, we can.
Can you fix the power?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can, is what we say at Service Today.
Look out for our bright yellow trucks.
Kids Footy Month, thanks to Coles. Round 16 to 19 of the 2026 Toyota AFL Premiership season. Bring the kids for free. With huge marks and kicks, there's so much to see. Get in on it at kidsfootymonth.afl. Terms and conditions apply.
The news and information that matters. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Down to 11 tonight, showers easing tomorrow and 17. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher. Actor Sam Neill, whose films included Jurassic Park and The Piano, has died. More from Jefferson Shaw.
Although not Australian, we claimed him as our own, as he starred in classics such as Evil Angels and The Dish.
So I'm afraid that we're entering overlap now.
Oh, so you'll be getting transmissions?
Yeah.
In 1993, he was of course loved by his starring role in Jurassic Park.
It's a dinosaur.
Neil had battled blood cancer and come out on the other side. In a post on his social media, his loved ones say he died surrounded by family in a Sydney hospital, passing with the dignity that characterised his whole life. Neil was 78.
And we haven't seen the last of Sam on the big screen. He had completed several movies for release in 2027. Richard Scolyer has been remembered as a national treasure who led a remarkable life full of generosity and curiosity. A memorial service was held for Professor Scolyer at the Sydney Opera House today after he died following a 3-year battle with brain cancer. The Prime Minister, New South Wales Premier and Governor-General among the 2,500 attendees. Anthony Albanese says Professor Scolyer was one of Australia's brightest stars.
As he faced up to his new reality, no one would have begrudged him retreating into the shelter of his family and friends. Yet that is not what he chose. Instead, he opened his big heart to us all.
An overseas visitor has been busted travelling 65 k's over the speed limit behind the wheel. Her sedan was clocked doing 175 in a 110 zone on the Stewart Highway at Pimba at lunchtime. The 23-year-old woman has been fined over $2,100 and lost 9 demerit points. A local service station shake-up is 6 to 8 weeks away. Billionaire Adrian Portelli is set to open his first Adelaide outlet on the corner of South and Dawes Roads at Edwardstown. It works like Costco, with a membership required to take advantage of cut-price petrol. There have been long queues interstate for cheap fuel, but Portelli says they've calmed down after an initial rush for the cheap petrol.
It was manageable. You know, you might expect traffic for the first 48, 72 hours and then, you know, the hype dies down as everything does and business proceeds as usual.
A senior Liberal MP believes the drop in One Nation's popularity comes as the party faces greater scrutiny over its policies. Michael Packey reports from Canberra.
The latest Resolve political monitor shows One Nation's vote is down 3 points to 26%, while the coalition has seen its support rise by the same amount, with Labor still on top. The survey shows One Nation is losing younger voters, some immigrants and women. Liberal MP Andrew Hastie, who's been targeted by the minor party, has told the ABC the drop in its support is not surprising.
People are asking hard questions and I think some of the answers they're getting aren't satisfactory.
But high-profile One Nation recruit Barnaby Joyce says there will be peaks and troughs.
And you always expect there to be fluctuation in polls as you go through a process.
The Resolve poll shows Anthony Albanese is again preferred Prime Minister after Pauline Hanson snatched the title in June.
Now turning to 5AA sport, an injury update from Westlakes today. Scans have confirmed a low-grade syndesmosis injury in Crow Rory Laird's left ankle. He's expected to miss the next few weeks. Mitch Hinge continues to recover from a hamstring strain. He's eyeing a return in 2 to 3 weeks. Adelaide head to Sydney this Friday night to face the Swans. Isaac Rankin had a good game on the weekend. Ben Keys says he's a major player for the club.
He's embraced, a team first, selfless role, and he's been doing that so well. And then you've seen that he can put the cherry on top when he needs to with his amazing ability. So he'll be so important for us, as will a lot of guys going into that period. But since he's got here, he's always been a really valued, really important part of our squad.
Port Adelaide won't challenge Jason Horne-Francis's one-game ban for rough conduct. That means he'll miss Saturday's clash with the Dockers. Well, Geelong's Jeremy Cameron will have surgery this week to repair the left AC joint he suffered against GWS on Saturday. The Cat star will be out for 4 to 6 weeks. And Yannick Sinner is the toast of the tennis world after winning back-to-back Wimbledon crowns. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Slowing through Ovingham, we've got large amounts of glass on the road at Torrance Road near Gilbert Street to Erbray, a breakdown at the bottom of the freeway near Crossroads, and in Murray Bridge, a truck has lost its trailer at the freeway uptrack near the Swamport Bridge. Around Woodville West, the boom gates are down due to a crash at West Lakes Boulevard near Clark Terrace. You can now book an RAA approved repairer online. Just head to the RAA website to find your local repairer. You know you can trust them because RAA do. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Down to 11 tonight, showers easing for you Tuesday, 17, partly cloudy Wednesday, 16, mostly sunny Thursday, also 16. Right now, it's 14 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Brankless. Tonight, we unmask an Adelaide NDIS carer accused of the sexual exploitation of a woman with a disability. Professor Richard Scollier's family shares personal memories at his Opera House memorial service. An alarm you can't stop about to blast over every phone in Australia. And the power plagued by injury and suspension. 9 News. Your news. 9 at 6 on 9 and on 9 now.
You can store your medical information on your phone, but in an emergency, if your phone is locked or broken, first responders may not be able or allowed to access it. Medic Alert wearable accessories include a QR code that links to your private medical profile, so critical information can be found when it matters most. You update it. Medic Alert helps verify medical details, and you're reminded each year to keep it current. Medic Alert has upgraded. View the range of wearables at medicalert.org.au.
Agostino, Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Mawson Lakes are definitely in the spirit of giving with the Mitsubishi Outlander ES. Drive away from just $39,990. Plus, it comes with a 10-year warranty and 10-year capped price servicing.
And if you've got a roadworthy trade-in, they'll then give you $2,000 off the price. T's and C's apply.
Get into Agostino, Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Mawson Lakes for Mitsubishi Outlander ES. Drive away from just $39,990. Nobody chooses to have a car accident. Absolutely nobody. But before one happens, it's worth knowing what your insurance policy says, Stephen.
Look, it is. It's super important. So does it give you freedom of choice to choose your repair of choice? Now, it's called third line enforcing. They should, and they do. It's your car. Is it covered for agreed value or market value?
Yeah.
And if it gets written off, what amount are you insured for? These are all things you need to know.
Well, they're the kind of questions most people only ask after the damage is done.
Correct. And then it's too late.
Preparation, my friend.
So ring Pro Paint and Panel. They're the best team. Pro Paint and Panel can help you understand your policy and talk you through what it means before you start making decisions under pressure. It's too late when you've had the prank.
Correct.
So ring them now.
Do it now.
And they'll talk you through your next policy.
You got it. Now, if you do need repairs that can organise a tow truck if required.
They've got one.
Help with the insurance paperwork and repair your car to a high standard. Not simply a low price. These guys do all of that.
The ease of business with them. They're one of our best clients.
Well, that's one of the hardest things. I don't know anybody in a tow truck.
No, they got one.
Insurance paperwork's confusing.
Yeah.
Repair
easy.
my car to a high standard.
Stop it.
Oh, thank you very much, Pro Paint and Panel.
Yeah, stop it. They're simply the best. So, car accident, remember the 3 Ps. Pro Paint and Panel, South Road, High Marsh.
What's on your bucket list? Maybe it's owning real furniture that makes you happy and in love with for years, not just minutes. Does that even exist? It does, at Adelaide's best kept secret, Nordic Design Furniture in Stepney. Once you own an artisan-created, SA-made piece of Nordic furniture, there is no going back. Nordic Design Furniture. Their premium furniture makes people happy. Just visit their stunning showroom on McGill Road and you'll see why. Yes, it's a Nordic.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is 5AA, always Adelaide.
Adelaide's only local sports show.
The 5AA Sports Show.
Still to come, Wayne Miller following the Crows' demolition of the Gold Coast Suns. We jump into Coach's Corner at 5:30 with Campo, plus Roger Rashid as Wimbledon crown their champions, and your calls in our Monday footy review.
Rowey and Timmy G.
The 5AA Sports Show.
Welcome back, and if you've just joined us, thanks for coming along. It's 10 minutes after 5 on this Monday, and we are about to speak to Campo at 5:30 tonight, so stay tuned to the live stream as well. He'll be in the studio. But whether your block is the size of Adelaide Oval or the goal square, build with Sterling Homes.
Yeah, great team. Crows smashed the Suns, 79 points, and it was a great getting back our next guest back from a slight hammy. He missed a couple. Wayne Miller Jr., welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. How is?
How did it pull up?
Yeah, no, very good. So a little hammy and missed a couple of weeks there. So, but it was good. Yeah, good to get through, and I felt good, and it was good to get a nice win.
Yeah, you didn't feel it, not tight when you saw the weather. It was going to be wet and slippery. You thought, oh, hello.
Nah, it was fine. I was keen to get back. I wanted to get back a week earlier, but we took the safe option to not go to Perth and just give it another week just to make sure it's fully right for the back end of the year.
Good man, 6 games left from here. That was a great team win, wasn't
it? Yeah, definitely was. It was, I thought we played exactly how we wanted to play, and we sort of bring a tough and ruthless attitude to the game, and it's probably one of our more complete games. We were able to play that over the whole 4 quarters, which was very pleasing.
Yeah, I thought it was too. Let's talk about your back six. You play with real system and support. The 3 tools, if you call Josh one of them, Keeney, and now Ball standing up and Josh and keeping out Butts and Nick Murray, and then the versatile halfback flankers like yourself creating off halfback. You've just been one little solid unit.
Yeah, and it's probably gone back to last year. We starting to play a lot of footy together now, so. And really like knowing each other's how we play and what we like and what's our weaknesses and what's our strengths. So I think it's a really good blend back there, and we work really well. And with our wingers and half forwards are involved in us as well. So it's not only us back group, but we do get a lot of help from our wingers and high half forwards as well. So it's nice to see that the games we're playing how we want to play.
Yeah, it's great you mentioned them. Dan Curtin and Cook, many a time I've seen them right on the full back line. Then they're back up into the forward line. Alex Neil-Bullen's work rate, incredible. Keezy, they're like extra midfielders getting back and protecting you. And then it can free you up to do the run and the dash that you like doing as well, Wayne. It's a bloody good system.
Yeah, they run plenty of Ks in the games, and they're having good seasons themselves. Cookie and Dan, they're always back there. Nank's one that sort of floated as well through wing and half back, and but then to have them other boys, Keezy, Nibsy, Zach Taylor as well. They're probably a couple of important ones that they're shifting for us and getting up the ground, but then also testing their offer out the other way and creating scores and opportunities.
Wayne, congratulations on the win. Were you surprised by the lack of pressure coming from Gold Coast, especially second half?
We know that they were a good stoppage team, so I think the boys, especially in the midfield, I thought with Stretch and Dorse leading the charge, I thought they, Bez and Pete Isaac as well, so I thought they really put emphasis on, we're going to really put them to the sword there in the midfield and get the ball going our way, and I think, our whole thing was, we wanted to really bring the pressure, and that's exactly what we did. So, and was able to get plenty of opportunities off the back of that.
Isaac Rankin, you mentioned him there, must be enjoying his time in the midfield. There's always that argument of going, I'd like an Isaac Rankin in the forward line. I'd like an Isaac Rankin in the midfield. It's a blessing, I suppose, to have him anywhere, but the midfield seems to be enjoying it. Yeah,
and I think he's really enjoying it. He works closely with, that midfield group, but then also, Alex Milbullen is, he connects with him as a high half forward. So, I think Isaac's liking it, and he's starting to really play some really consistent footy over, I don't know, probably been 6 or so weeks now that he's playing some really high-level footy, which is nice to see.
This will be a great test this week, Wayne. Sydney and Sydney, a massive test for the midfield. They've got some stars that can go through there that have just got a set of wheels that just go straight at goal, don't they? Yeah, definitely. They're not even the midfield. It's probably just the whole team. They got a pretty stacked team, which is just going to be a huge test for us on Friday night. So, it's one we'll look at a bit more closely tomorrow. In terms of like seeing how they're winning and how they're playing, and we're pretty keen to get up there and show what we can do and really bring it to the best in the comp. I don't know whether it's the only ground outside of Adelaide that you have a positive win-loss, but for some reason, Crows have always played well at the SCG, haven't they?
Yeah, I think we tend to like it. I was saying this to someone today that it gives a little bit of a, that old cricket, it's a bit of Adelaide Oval vibe as well. So maybe it's something to do with that. I don't know what it is, but I think we enjoy playing there, and it's going to be a good game and a huge test for us.
Yeah, well, we've got that, and then round 23 FIVEAA, then some other tough ones in there with 6 games out the finals. What area of the team's game do you think needs the most attention or improvement?
I think we continue to just, sort of work on all facets of it. There's been games there where we probably haven't got our contest right in the midfield, but then there's also been games where, maybe our ball movement from back half hasn't been quite as good. So, I think if we continue to simplify it and bring pressure and gain territory, I think that's a pretty simple formula to get your game going, how you want to play, and then just tinker with the little things around it.
Junior, every now and then I'm a blind squirrel. I trip over a nut, and I've actually got it right. 14 wins and 10 losses overall at the SCG, so a positive win-loss.
There you go. Didn't know that one.
But then we get this from a listener, but we've lost 3 of our last 4 there.
Okay, there you go. So, like I said, it's going to be a huge test there.
Yeah.
They're in some good form, and, they sit up the top of the top 2 for a reason, and,
That's it.
we're really looking forward to it.
Massive game.
19 goals, and what I did like about it was shared around, and a lot of them were set up with unselfish play.
Yeah, you definitely see that, and that's what Burnsy and the forward line group there look to do. Best shot mentality. There was a couple there on the weekend where I reckon noticeably from the back, I've seen Rash, squaring up balls. For a best shot, he could easily have had a shot from the boundary, but looking inside and get it hitting your teammate in a better spot, and I think that really shows where the mindset of the team's at the moment, where everyone's thinking about team and what's best for it.
Just moving away from the game at Adelaide Oval, been following the World Cup?
Not super closely. Maybe when I might just jump in on when the final is. But
we're in the semis now, Wayne. There's England, Argentina, Spain v France. Give me the final. What do you reckon? Who's going to be in the final out of those 4?
Oh, I'm hearing that Argentina and France. Vinny, I don't know if you know too much of. He's a property steward at the club.
Oh, Vinny, I know Vinny. Yeah,
he's a legend. I've gone in and said, "Who's your finalist?" And he said them 2, so I'll back him.
All right, mate. Well,
you tell Vinny from me he doesn't know. It's going to be England, France.
Well, what I'm going to do, Wayne, everyone we interview, I'm going to get their tips, and we're just going to see who ends up at the top. Well done, mate.
I want you to give me this tip, Junior. Tex needs one more goal for 700, and in the game, did you hear him say, "Fellas, one more," when he was on 6.99?
Nah, I didn't hear anything. I must have been on the bench.
That's no good. Would you rest him this week?
I don't know. That's not my decision.
Nah. Gee, wouldn't it be good if he could kick his 7? Not that he'd care, because 700 is just a number, isn't it? Well, how about this one then? Do you think an AFL player will ever kick 1,000 goals again in the game the way it's played now?
Obviously, Buddy Franklin, the last person to do so.
Yeah, it'd be tough to do, wouldn't it? It'd be very tough to do. You know, you've got to kick bags every week, but
okay.
You know,
okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you think anyone will kick 100 goals in a season?
100 goals, including finals?
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
Maybe, okay. Because I think the game, because the umpires are crap, I think the game needs a pitch invasion for a celebration.
Oh, no.
Junior.
Don't listen to him, Wayne.
Well, I think it does. Junior agrees.
No, he doesn't.
So I think 700's the new 1,000.
Oh.
Well, are you trying to get it? You're trying to get a pitch invasion.
Yes. That's exactly what I'm trying to get, Wayne. Nah, you stay out of that. Hey, an incredible season today, Wayne. A lot ahead of you and the team, no question. You're building. This is a big game, this one. Sydney at the SCG. Definitely. That midfield battle will be unbelievable. And as always, you keep up your great form, your hardness at the cod, and thanks for your time.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Well done.
See you, Wayne.
He's had a magnificent year.
Yeah, he's a good lad. And you know what? He's evasive on the field, and he was very evasive with you on which was very important.
And needed to.
Yes, well played.
Yeah, Wayne Miller, our guest.
He's shaping towards a blazer and maybe of a couple of different colours this year. Whether your block is the size of Adelaide Oval or the goal square, build with Sterling Homes. Big test against Sydney. Last time the Crows played Sydney at the SCG was halfway through last year. You'll remember this. They belted them by 90 points.
They did.
That was a bloodbath over there in Sydney. So let's see if the Crows can replicate that. It'll be a big test. Let's take your calls after the break. It's 20 after 5. Here's traffic.
Slowing through Ovingham, we've got a large amount of glass on the road at Torrens Road near Gilbert Street. To Murray Bridge, a truck has lost its trailer at the freeway uptrack near the Swamport Bridge, and around Erbray, a breakdown on the bottom of the freeway near Cross Road. In Woodville West, the boom gates are playing up due to an earlier collision at West Lakes Boulevard near Clark Terrace. The census is coming this August. You'll get instructions soon on what to do. In the census, every answer matters. Authorised by the Australian Bureau of Statistics, Canberra. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
If you're after legendary reliability and safety, get a Toyota forklift. Yep, Toyota is still the world's #1 forklift brand, famous across just about every industry for their reliability and safety. That's the Toyota Forklift Advantage. And with great electric options and branches all over the country, find the right Toyota forklift for you at toyotamaterialhandling.com.au. Don't just get a forklift, get a Toyota forklift.
Did you know Australian mining pays more tax than any other industry? For every $1 of profit in mining, around 30 cents is paid to government in company tax. Add royalties, and Australia gets more than 40 cents in every $1. And importantly, when mining profits go up, Australia gets more too. A strong mining industry plays a big role in helping fund services for all of us, like Medicare. That's the difference Australian mining makes. For more, visit thatsmining.com.au. Authorised by T Constable Canberra.
On 7 News, a customer's brave attempt at stopping a bottle shop robbery. The unmasking of a man accused of sexually assaulting a mentally challenged woman. And the Power Won't Challenge star Jason Horne-Francis one-match ban.
I've lived in this house for more than 30 years. It's where my memories are and where I want to stay. With Calvary Home Care, I get a little help with the things that have become harder, but I still live life my way. It feels good to know I'm supported without losing my independence.
Whatever care looks like for you, Calvary Home Care is here, supporting people across Adelaide and the surrounding areas. Call Calvary Home Care on 1800 527272.
Some jewellers are there for the moment. Wishart Jewellers are there for the milestones. For 73 years and across 3 generations of the Wishart family, they've helped South Australians mark life's biggest occasions. Whether it's an anniversary gift, a birthday surprise, an engagement ring, a wedding band, or a treasured piece in need of repair, Wishart Jewellers designs and crafts jewellery with hand-picked precious stones. Through life's twists, turns and beautiful surprises, Wishart Jewellers capture the moments that matter. WishartJewellers.com.au.
Sick of the wait after a car accident? Rain, hail or shine, Pro Paint and Panel has your back 24/7.
From towing and insurance paperwork to high standard repairs, they'll help get the process moving and your car back on the road.
Pro Paint and Panel, South Road, High Marsh.
I'm home!
Hey mate, how are you?
Welcome home.
The Excelsior Hotel has always felt like home, and now it feels like a new home. With a fully renovated kitchen, a brand new menu you'll love, a fresh new gaming room, plus all-day dining from 12. Come home to something fresh and exciting every day of the week. The Excelsior Hotel. Feels like home, but better. You just know it's a Barreau Hotel. Gamble responsibly.
Car accident? You should have the freedom to choose your trusted repairer. Choose Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
I've got a mate, and we'll call him Boxhead, right? My mate is all sorts of things. He's funny, he's loud, he's obnoxious, but what he's not disrespectful. So the person that was sitting behind them apparently said something that was along the lines of, hey, Dimmer, you're not winning a premiership this year, or something along those lines.
Okay.
Right? As simple as that.
So a call on 5AA Breakfast by Dave earlier today in regards to what was said to Damien Hardwick. Doesn't sound all that abusive, really.
He's too sensitive.
It's just footy banter, isn't it?
Well, he said in the presser, this is Dimmer, I need to be better. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Of course you do. Hello, Doug.
Yeah, good day, guys. I watched the Crows closely, and the last couple of weeks, I've noticed against West Coast and Port Adelaide, particularly late in quarters, we've been conceding a lot of repeat entry inside 50s to the opposition. But Wayne Malera is so important to the Crows team because he could hit a target 40 metres away when he's under pressure. I think he should be All-Australian 100%.
He's a lock for All-Australian, Doug.
So, yeah, just hopefully he can stay fit going through to the rest of the season.
Nah, well done. Good call. He's very, very important. Very, very important. Hello, Kay.
Hello, darling. Ratbag. Anyway, I rang you, I think last year, Rowey, about these bloody umpires. They look like Vegemite jars running around. When you put black pants on them, they are Vegemite jars. And a Vegemite jar would have more bloody sense than these idiots running around. It's better for your health.
Yeah. Okay, it is Vegemite.
And we're still salty with them.
A lot of vitamin B in it. Oh, yeah, like that.
Is that what's in it? Vitamin B?
Yeah, vitamin B.
Vegemite?
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely. Good stuff.
All right,
Let's go to Henley Beach. G'day, Graham.
I did like that call. Well done.
There you go,
G'day,
Graham.
boys. How are you?
Good, buddy.
3 very quick things, if I may. First one is Timmy G. Do you know any good pest exterminators?
Yeah, there's a few.
Because I think there's a few black cats running around Albion Oval need to be exterminated at the moment.
Yep, not a
it's
lot
a
like that.
horrific. I can't remember a season where we've had that many injuries. Not just injuries, but injuries to key players. That's the thing. And I'm kind of like trembling about playing Fremantle next week with basically the Port Adelaide seconds. It could be a disaster. And I hope you don't have to call, or maybe call in sick, mate. Don't call it.
No.
That's what I'd suggest.
I'll be
hide
there,
under a
Graham.
rock.
I'll be there. Let's hope that the boys can put up a fight like they did in the second half.
Graham, what we do know about this team, and albeit 3/4 of a year under Josh Carr, he will have a plan. He will demand they play their role, and they will always hang in there.
Yeah. That's I can't disagree with that. And we've been talking about a lot of big issues on this show. I mean, we've reviewed a lot, haven't we?
Absolutely.
And a lot of the issues have been really good. And this one has hit the top of the table because Stuart's come in and said, look, g'day, lads. The rating of Arnott's classic creams goes like this. Number 1, Kingston's. Number 2, Monte Carlo. 3, shortbread cream. 4, chocolate cream. 5, some crap orange biscuit. Thank you very much, Stu Balls.
No, he's
Thank you,
right.
Stu Balls.
Actually,
That's
that orange one
top-tier
is the
text.
worst. So this is the Arnott's mixed assortments.
Yep.
The creams.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think the Scotch finger's a bit higher than that. God, I can wallop 10 or 15 of them down.
Yeah, well, personal choice comes into it. There's no doubt about that. But Stuart, thank you very much for your
All right, we might
contribution.
get into
You
Coach's
big
Corner with
biscuit barrel head.
Campo next. He might give us his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the Arnott's assortments after the 5:30 headlines.
Rowey and Timmy G.
The 5AA Sports Show. Real Goodings with Stacey Lee. 5AA Breakfast.
One government policy that I think will have universal acclaim is this, with regard to entering the country.
Check in while you're waiting for your flight. You just do it online before you get on the plane.
Great this is being addressed because there are third world countries that have a better entry process than Australia does.
But then you get into the detail of this story. It's not just going on a website and filling in the form. You've got to download an app.
That's miserable.
Why?
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
There are many reasons why Steinborner Automotive is well worth a trip, with over 400 cars in stock across 10 yards in Gawler, Barossa and Clare, including Barossa Mazda in Uriutpa, with a great selection of the best value new, demo and low kilometre CX-5, CX-30, Mazda 3 and BT50. Along with outstanding service from our award-winning staff, you know it's well worth a trip to Barossa Mazda. View our whole range of Mazda at steinborner.com.au.
Retirement should be about holidays or buying that better bottle of wine. AFM Wealth Strategy helps people enjoy retirement without the constant fear of running out. Their independent advice shows you how your money can last your lifetime, living well along the way. For a worry-free retirement, you need to plan now. Get in touch with AFM Wealth Strategy, an authorised representative of Independent Financial Advisors Australia, AFSL 464629.
The census is coming this August, and we need to hear from people from every walk of life to help plan for Australia's future.
From baristas,
from teachers, from tradies,
from parents,
from people who play sport, and people who cheer sport.
In the census, every answer matters. You'll get your instructions soon on what to do. For more information, visit census.abs.gov.au. Authorised by the Australian Bureau of Statistics, Canberra.
When you call Marty from Paint Professionals, you can always expect the professional treatment.
The problem I find with some tradies is they don't ever quite finish the job 100% and they always disappear, and then you're trying to drag them back to finish it off properly. Marty made sure everything was 100% completed before they packed up and left.
Marty and his team are fantastic with coming back to you, following up and giving you a fantastic level of service. We give that in our business and we expect that from our trades.
Painting? Make it a great experience. Visit paintprofessionals.com.au.
It's all the little things that make the Murray Princess such an unforgettable experience. The breathtaking sunset, delicious food, wonderful wine, and conversations with new friends. Step aboard the Murray Princess and drift past majestic cliffs and river wildlife. Explore more with unique excursions that immerse you in the magic of the Murray. It's these little things that will create big memories. Book your 3, 4 or 7 night river cruise today at murrayprincess.com.au.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good evening, Mel Usher with the news headlines. Sam Neill has died at 78, his family calling the actor's passing sudden and unexpected. Telstra says the issue that sparked last week's outage is now fully resolved. Foreign Affairs is trying to determine if any Australians have been caught up in a deadly fire in Thailand. And in sport, Crow Rory Laird is set to miss 2 to 4 weeks with a low-grade syndesmosis injury he suffered on the weekend. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Slowing through Woodville West. The boom gates are down due to a crash at West Lakes Boulevard near Clark Terrace. In Erbray, we've got a breakdown at the bottom of the freeway near Crossroad and through Ovingham. A large amount of glass on the road causing issues at Torrens Road near Gilbert Street. What's saucy, cheesy and baked to perfection? Faster Pasta's Pasta Bakes with free garlic bread. All at one great $23.90 price. Fresh from the oven and only at Faster Pasta. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast down to 11 tonight, showers easing tomorrow 17. Right now it's 14 degrees. We'll have more news at 6 on 5AA, always Adelaide.
35 years of down-to-earth family service, backed by modern premises, means you can rely on Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
At 27 minutes to 6, Roger Rashid to join us very soon. We're talking all things Wimbledon. Yannick Sinner winning last night, and a shame Cruz Hewitt going down, unable to win the boys Wimbledon title. So we'll cover all that off very, very soon. But tune in to the 5AA live stream on Facebook and YouTube right now. It's time to jump into Coach's Corner.
On the 5AA Sports Show, this is Coach's Corner with Scott Camporeale. Thanks to Unique Homestyle Foods, trusted by South Australian businesses for over 35 years. See the difference.
Yes, each and every Monday we go into the Coach's Corner with Scott Camporeale. Welcome.
Thanks, guys. Good to be back.
Thanks for coming. You had a huge weekend of football.
I did.
Yeah, went over to Melbourne and just did game after game after game.
Yeah. It was good to go to Melbourne and watch some games over there because, clearly we're here watching our own teams here in Port, but I did do the Port St Kilda game in Melbourne at Marvel anyway, so that was good. Had a bit more insight and tried to pump them up to the Melbourne boys over there.
And then we produced the first half like that.
Well, but you produced a pretty good second half.
That was
which
that
was
third quarter was unreal. But
yeah.
What did we, in your eyes, get wrong in that first half?
Well, it was more because they started that first set of bounce, I thought, and I told the boys
straight away,
that they've been really good defensively, and I think, that'll be a challenge for St Kilda because they've been, well drilled and they've done it against the best teams, and their clearance work's been as good as anyone in the last, 6 or 7 weeks, so that'll be a real bonus, and that was probably the match up was through there because Ross Lyons teams are always, contest, ground ball, tackle, and clearance. And not necessarily around their turnover, but Port's lack of pressure was the thing that highlighted.
And then what I saw was a severe lack of pressure, and then the inability to get the ball back off them.
Yeah. So and they went down. They were reasonably efficient. So 4 goals, 2 in that first quarter. That put them on the back foot, but. They had 50 more uncontested possessions in that first quarter. They had 22 more marks. They took away Port's strength in terms of their kick mark. You probably may have not been able to see it, but definitely live. Ross is a pretty good coach, and he wasn't going to let Port get away with what they did. And they defended really well in terms of not being able to get them out. The clearance game was pretty even for most of it, but it was the pressure. So that first quarter, 148. 148 was Port's pressure and St Kilda's was 175.
You're almost not out there.
Well, and then the end of the game, I had a look today as well. So 152 for the game. That's the lowest that Port have had all year. So that just sort of tied into what they didn't do that well, but that third quarter, they were dominant in that third quarter. Barring those injuries, that would have been. And to be fair, they still held on, Timmy. They were still in the fight at the end. St Kilda only kicked 2 goals too. They were 4 men down. They could not have a rotation. They tried to put Jason forward. Yeah, to try.
Probably without the injuries, they might win. But it was just such a poor first half and a disappointing one. For starters, both Dean Brogan and I couldn't believe our eyes when they tried the Burgoyne on Nasiah Wanganeen-Miller again. Yeah. And we're like, no, they couldn't possibly be doing that. And I had a little chat during the week and got laughed at about Nasiah Wanganeen-Miller, about just putting someone to him. Yep. He might get the first touch, drag him to the ground so he doesn't get the second and the third touch. And they didn't do that. And then they did in the second half. Yeah. Will and Drew went to him and did exactly that and changed the game.
Well, the challenge with that, Timmy, and I did the Collingwood North game as well on a Friday night. And he's a bit like Nick Dacos.
Yes, they go and get that.
And to watch him live, they're bloody hard to tag, Timmy. And you can see, because I was looking at it from a coach's perspective, and, Nick, he went forward, so he was getting sort of run with, and then he went forward, and then he stayed there for 30 seconds, and then it went to a stoppage, then he ran back up again, and they were so well drilled, as you would expect from a Collingwood perspective, but I thought St Kilda were as well. So he went and took the kick-ins, so that pulls your defensive part apart. So it's not quite as easy as what you think it is, because those guys can go anywhere. They're pretty much drilled to say, you go where the game needs you, and everyone just sort of shuffles around. So they do it really well. But, yeah, I think Willem Drew did a pretty good job at the end of the day because they sort of kept him a bit more midfield.
So we were ripped apart in that first half and couldn't get our hands on the footy. It was ridiculous numbers against us in all ways, shape and form. What were the key things they did in the second half to change that?
Yeah, well, they got much better around the contest. So they came out, they got better field position off the back of it. So 14-8 in clearance, excuse me. So they were able to, get that back in check. They did get their mark game going. So they had 26 marks in that third quarter.
Wow.
So they were able to sort of do that part of it. And then, they scored off turnover. They kicked 4 goals 3 from that source, which is not always, they're good at defending it, but it haven't always been a strength of theirs. And then they kept St Kilda sort of scoreless from clearance. So that was, the end of it. And they, 10 scoring shots, kicked 6-4. And Jason was obviously a big part of that when he went forward, kicked a couple of really good goals. And, but, late in that third quarter is when everyone started to fall over, so, which was unfortunate. But I thought they were brave in the end because they were still right up to it, with probably, 3 or 4 minutes to go.
Miles Bergman's return has been
he was good.
Excellent.
He was good. He looked sharp. He looked like, when we talk about guys that are running over the ground, he looked like he was reading the flight of the ball really well. It's going to be a challenge in match committee for him this week, isn't it, in terms of where they play him?
Oh, yeah. I was thinking straight away he's going to have to return to the midfield.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. You got no cookies in the cookie jar. They're all gone.
I'd still be...
Butters, Horn, Francis and Rosie.
Yeah. I'd still be inclined, Timmy, just to keep him across half back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you help us with some midfielders then?
You got a couple in the twos. They're bottom, aren't they, in the sample?
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, did Port get plus 37 for hitouts? Did I read that right? Did I get my math right?
Yeah, no, he did.
That's a phenomenal number.
Yeah, Jordan Sweet was very good around the ground, and they didn't quite connect. As I said, Ross Lyons pretty well drilled at stoppage. Like that's always been his strength. They didn't quite get the connection, but Rowan Marshall was superb around the ground. I did the votes. I gave him, I think I gave him 3 votes. They do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He was 3 votes. Around the ground, he had 29 disposals.
I thought he was excellent.
He had 14 contested possessions. His follow-up and tried to test Jordan, once the ball was in motion. And we interviewed him after, and he said, I probably thought that I might struggle with him from a hit out, so they structured up really well at ground level, but he thought that he could sort of expose him around the ground, and I think he took about 13 marks or something like that.
He is their number one ruckman. Why they spend $1 million a year on DeConning? They need to find another spot for DeConning. They need to find another spot.
He has loved it. He's loved it.
But he was their number one ruckman beforehand, and he was going to spit out. Imagine if he had a spat out.
Well, he tried to.
Tell me if you've heard this before. Tell me if you've heard this, and I'm helping you here, Timmy. So work with me.
Yeah.
Port Adelaide have Butters, Georgiades, Horn, Francis, Rosie and Sam Powell Pepper out. Probably 5 of their best 6. I put Bergman in there as their best 6. So that's a lot out. On paper, FIVEAA are a 10-goal better team. There is no chance, Timmy, there is no chance that Port can win this game.
So, what are you asking?
Well, I'm setting it up like I did the showdown, and guess what happened? You won.
Yeah.
Work with me.
So
I'm
no
doing
chance.
the same thing. You're no chance.
No chance.
But I said that with the Port Crows game. You showdown 60 and you won.
I appreciate that.
So I'm helping you. I'm giving you some assistance.
The one waiver to that is you don't have Butters, you don't have Georgiades,
and you don't have all those players you just mentioned. Yeah.
Who were the 3 best players in that showdown?
We spoke about it after the game, the Freo Sydney game.
The 3AW team?
The 3AW, around, controlling your list heading into finals. They've been up for a long time, Fremantle. They travel a lot.
They dropped that one against GWS.
They dropped the one, the GWS. They probably look like they're going to get 2 home finals, so what does that look like for them? They've had the most guys that have played the most games, so I think they've had 13 or 14 have played every game. So they've had some guys that have been in and out through injury and whatever, but, you think they might look, because they've got Port, and this is not being disrespectful at all by any means. It's about Fremantle, not so much Port. Around, they've got Port this week, and they've got the derby next week against West Coast. So they would be somewhat looking in match committee around what is our next month. What's our next month look like? Yeah. And you think of Jackson, you think of those guys that have played big minutes. Cool. Sarong's, he's had some. He's been out with injury, so I wouldn't be that. But Brayshaw, he was outstanding on the weekend. I think he's gone under the radar this year in terms of what he brings.
Maybe Alex Pearce. Maybe
Alex Pearce. Luke Ryan. Some of those guys that have had some soft tissues. Maybe
Josh Fraser, Josh Tracy. Rest
him. Maybe
Voss.
I see what you're saying.
Timmy wants the whole list.
But you don't want a shallow win with them half the net.
I'll take that.
I remember
I'll be as shallow as you want.
I remember when the Purple Haze was coming in that finals year, where they ended up making the grand final. And Ross Lyon was a master planner for that. And they were playing North Melbourne in Tasmania. And he rested 11 players.
Well, that's why we
11.
have.
That's why we have a bye.
Yeah,
because of that game.
I actually think it was more than that, wasn't it?
It was 13.
Was it 13 players?
And now that's why we have the silly bye before finals.
They could still rest 13.
Now it's a wild card.
They could still rest 13 and still win by 10.
But anyway, we'll wait and see. But I think it'll be interesting to see what they do from a selection point of view.
All right, mate. We'll cover off the Crows next.
Certainly will. Campo's in Coach's Corner for unique homestyle foods at 16 to 6. Here's traffic.
Slow going through Ovingham, a large amount of glass on the road at Torrance Road near Gilbert Street to Erbray. We've got a breakdown at the bottom of the freeway, still causing dramas near Crossroad. And Woodville West, the boom gates are still down along West Lakes Boulevard near Clark Terrace due to a crash. Expect delays through there and look for an alternate way home. Get 40% off the everyday low price on healthy care at Chemist Warehouse, including the new magnesium glycinate range. Ends July 15. Stock up on healthy care at Chemist Warehouse today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show. He's one of the most decorated AFL players in recent history.
Bartel.
Catch Cats Premiership legend Jimmy Bartel talking footy each week with Rowey and Timmy G. Thanks to Statesman Windows, Adelaide's most trusted boutique window company. SA family owned and operated since 1980.
Hey Australia, Optus social media manager FIVEAA here. We've read lots of comments. The good, the bad, and the grumpy. A bit like this one. I'm so done with scammers. We want you to know, we're on it. Optus's scam technology has blocked over 890 million scam calls and texts since 2020. Protecting Aussies from scams? We're on it.
Hi, it's Eddie May here from NRG Solar. If you've had solar on your roof for 10 years, you would understand the big feed-in tariffs have pretty much disappeared. That's why NRG Solar will tell you the best way forward is to combine your existing or new solar system with battery storage. Storing the excess energy your solar makes during the day to use it at night is a game changer. NRG Solar helps you upgrade smarter with solutions designed to target zero power bills. Visit nrgsolar.com.au.
How far would you go for your dream kitchen? And how far would you go to not deal with organising all the trades? How about 15 minutes up the freeway to Balhanna Kitchens by Design? To the largest showroom in the Adelaide Hills. Custom build your dream with our award-winning designers. Plus, we can manage the installation and all sub-trades at a fixed price. Balhanna Kitchens by Design. It's not too far to go to make your dream a reality. balhannakitchens.com.au.
You've been the carer, the advocate, the constant, and you've done it out of pure love. But choosing specialist accommodation for your loved one isn't stepping back. It's one of the bravest things you'll ever do. Para Ability Community Care provides disability accommodation where every person is genuinely known, supported and cared for. We improve lives, and with our pack, you can go back to being the most important thing, the loving family member. Experience our kindness and connection. Visit ourpack.com.au.
There's moments in life made better by Quincy's Confectionery. Coffee on your own or with friends. Quincy's Scorched Chocolate Almonds. A night at the movies or binging your favourite shows at home. Quincy's Chocolate-Coated Caramel Popcorn. For gift giving, a Quincy's gift box says it all. For nearly 50 years, the Quincy family has handcrafted quality chocolate and confectionery in Adelaide. If it starts with a Q and ends with it's Quincy's. Shop online or in store at 31 Henry Street, Stepney.
Hey, it's Jordan Dawson here, captain of the Adelaide Football Club.
I know the importance of a home ground advantage. And when it comes to building, South Australia is the home ground for Sterling Homes. For over 50 years, they've been building quality homes here. So whether your block's the size of Adelaide Oval or the Gold Square, if you're looking to build, look no further than Sterling Homes and get the home ground advantage today.
Vehicle damaged? Remember 3 Ps. Pro Paint and Panel. They'll take care of everything, including insurance.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Across the course of a full season, you know, it's hard to put out your best every single week. And as we're seeing, anyone can beat anyone. So, yeah, we just went to work and tried to fix some areas that we need to fix. And there'll be things that pop up for the rest of the year as well that we have to address. That's just the nature of footy. We'll take the win from Saturday night. We'll move forward pretty quick.
Ben Keys from the Crows. It's 12 minutes to 6 on our Monday footy review. We're in Coach's Corner with Campo. JD picked up on your comment just before the break on the text line here, Rowey. He says, take 13 Freo players on a fishing trip this week and you reckon Freo still win by 10 goals.
He's a sharp listener.
He wants to put a carton of Cooper's Stout on it if it happens.
Brass monkey.
I'm not betting on that.
Brass monkey.
Were the Crows very good or the Suns very bad? Or a bit of both?
Both.
God, they were bad, weren't they?
Well, they've been bad for 6 weeks, the Suns.
Yeah.
But that they were, take nothing away for Adelaide.
Their pressure was true. How was the Crows tackling?
Well, they were, sorry, Timmy.
Yeah.
We speak about their pressure, Adelaide, and their number one tackling team, number one pressure team. They were at 200 for the whole game.
They were.
So that's a huge number.
Big number.
Because the AFL average is 175. To be at 200,
wow.
You know, that's their second highest. Their highest was against the Bulldogs when they smacked the Bulldogs. So that's the level I think that they're searching for, and they certainly did that. But no, they had all facets of the game going. Their clearance work was good. Their contest, their pressure, they finished their work. They were efficient when they went inside forward 50. No, they ticked all the boxes. So you can't fault that performance.
They built them up. Will Goodings, in our 5AA call, brought up a really good point. He said Crows fans are still a bit apprehensive, or they're nervous, or they're still got the unknown about how this midfield can stand up against quality. Now, they're going to have a crack at Sydney this week with quality, and obviously Fremantle round 23 before the finals. And he's saying, I wonder how much the coaches, this was his question, I couldn't really answer it, but I'm going to ask you, how much are the coaches still working towards their best 22, 23 for finals and the position? So is Phil Thorpe the second ruckman? Was one question. You know, who's on that half-back flank? Now that Laird's out, is it the young lad that's come in? Now, what's the team look like and how far away are they searching? Does Archie come in when he's 100% fit? Is it Nick Murray? Is it Butts? There are still questions.
Yeah, well, and I think that...
But every team would have that.
I was going to say, to be fair, I think a lot of teams would be doing that. I think probably the only team that would be Freo, watching them live. They don't want for anything, and they've had consistency of players. I mean, Hayden Young's probably the only one that would come back into that team, that would really force his way in there in their best 22. But yeah, I think there's still those questions, and I think, you know, it's not 23, it'll be 28.
Yeah, okay.
You know, I think there'd be 28 that they would have highlighted.
They're down to 28 now.
And
you think Archie's out, Cummins is out, Pedler's out, Butts is out, Nick Murray's out. I just named 5 without even trying. So they've got some depth.
Yeah, they have. You know, Cummings is still there. He's still playing in the sample. Hall Khan still obviously around the mark.
There's another one. He was rested. So there's 6.
So, yeah, I think
Riley O'Brien is in your leadership group.
Riley O'Brien.
But I think it's probably, I think you'd think that the back 6 are pretty set.
Okay.
There would only be maybe
so
one.
So Ball Ace will keep Butts out at full flight?
That would probably be the only one that you would be looking at, I think, at that point in time. I think your half-backs are probably set. Your midfield is probably still what that looks like, but that's been pretty consistent. But there's always that question of can they get it done in September?
Inject?
Yeah.
Is it a Dan Curtin? You're looking at some numbers against Sydney.
Yeah, well,
since the bye,
I looked at both the teams because Sydney have probably been a little bit up and down. That they've dropped 2 games. Freo obviously got them, and Brisbane belted them as well. So I tend to look at a little bit of that as to, I mean, your wins can be wins, and a bit like Adelaide. They played well, but Gold Coast are going like a busted, and they played West Coast the week before, so it's sort of, I tend to have a bit of a look. So since round 13, Adelaide, so I'll give you, so their points for their 8th in the competition overall. this year. So they're at 92. And points against, they're now second in the comp with 78. So they've got that part back. You know, that was sort of dragging a little bit.
Yep.
But since round 13, where we all thought that this is when they just needed to get
we
going.
said that block at 3.
So points for, they're now third, so 96. So they've upped their offensive game, which is an improvement. And their points against still number 2, but they've dropped off 8 points. So they're defending better as well.
So they're in that little premiership window. You've got to be top 4
in both
in
of
those two facets.
So that's been good. The clearance differential is still 14th, so they're still hovering around there, where at the moment they're sort of 17th overall. But their score from stoppage differential's been great, so they're third. So they might be losing clearance, but they're still scoring and defending it really well. So that's been an improvement. Then I looked at Sydney. I thought, well, where's the gap in Sydney? Everyone's pumping up Sydney, handball, run and gun and those sort of things. So total for the year, they're the best scoring team overall, averaging 107 points a game. Points against, they're 5th, which is still a good profile, 82 points against. So then I thought, well, they've dropped the last two. What does that look like? Since round 13, they're 16th at points against, so defending. They're giving up 97 points, so almost 100 points since round 13, and they're 9th at points for. So once again, that's 89 points. So they've decreased in their offence. They haven't scored anywhere near what they're doing, and they're not defending as well either over that period of time. So going into that game, they're going, well, okay, how do we get Sydney? Clearance-wise, they're 18th in differential since round 13, Sydney. So you can get caught up in, the Grundy and that midfield group, with Goulden and Warner and these guys going through there.
That's terrible.
And their scoring from stoppage is 16th. So there's a real gap there. So can Adelaide bring that somewhat of a weakness that we all thought, can they get hold of, which is what Fremantle did in that second half, watching them live. They actually got hold of Sydney through that part of the game. So I think that's going to be a pivotal part to how this game goes on Friday night.
Well, they have played some pretty good teams.
Yeah.
Brisbane were flying and gave them, Western Bulldogs, Fremantle, now the Crows. This is their block. They've got to get it right. That's promising.
And all their losses, each team's kicked over 100 points. So you would think that Adelaide have got that in their armoury.
Okay. So if the Crows didn't lose that showdown because we got all buff-heady, would we be playing Jackson 5 now?
Probably not.
No. So there's no more encouragement of that anymore?
No, not yet.
Okay. Taylor Walker, one goal off of 700. Would you rest him this week?
No.
Then he's playing Thursday, Collingwood home.
Not interested.
Not interested, nor am I. But I just thought I'd ask.
Yeah.
No, got a flat bat. You just push that straight back down the pitch.
Yeah, not interested. He's missed enough footy this year, and I think he knowing Taylor Walker well, he needs continuity, and he found a little bit in that second half.
Yeah, so he had 4 touches up to half-time, no marks. He kicked those points, and after there, he kicks 5 goals. I mean, the bloke is a star.
Well, and this is the challenge that I said about that forward line. Like, you give him 60 entries or whatever they had again on the weekend.
60.
Like, someone's going to get you. Whether it's Thilthorpe, whether it was Rochelle in the first half, and then he got shut down, then Taylor Walker pops up. They've just got so many avenues towards goal, and I think that's something that Sydney do struggle with. I'm not sure they've got enough defenders. They don't. And that's why Adelaide belted them last year, like you said, Tuggers.
What do we do about Thilthorpe?
Another goalless game.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a catch-22. I mean, Fogarty and Taylor Walker fire is that, sometimes you're never going to get all 3 of them going. So does he just, is he playing that, pivot role at the moment that he's taking a really good defender and doing a lot of things, the team things, which all the coaches will be saying, yep, compete, bring Rochelle into the game, bring those Ben Keys into the game, because those guys are all hitting the scoreboard, but he's not necessarily doing that. No. I think at the moment he's playing what he needs to play, but I don't think he's too far away.
No. Their game's in order. They've got 6 games left, 2 tough ones, and a Collingwood one in there. So 3, they're all tough, don't get me wrong. Yeah. So they'll be gunning for as high as they can in that top 4 from here, surely.
Yep.
It's a massive advantage being in that top 4. Let's face it, they're being 5th, 6th, 7th or 8th.
Yeah, well, it is, but the challenge will be, top 2's the best because you get to play 2 home finals, which is what they did last year. It looks like at the moment, they're either going to go to FIVEAA or Sydney. Those two teams don't look like they're probably going to move out of those top two spots. So, the ultimate is to get those top two, even though top four is great.
Yeah. The top two did 3/5 of you-know-what all for us last year. Didn't even win a final quarter.
Correct.
Maybe it's better to go on the road.
Yep.
Pressure's off you from home.
I reckon they'd revel in that there.
Yep. I agree.
Okay.
Well done, Campo. Big preview as Port Adelaide and the Crows both take on the top two this weekend. All thanks to Unique Homestyle Foods, proudly baking South Australian businesses large and small for over 35 years. They are hustlers in the baking industry. UniqueHomestylefoods.com.au. 6 o'clock news time. Going to talk Wimbledon with Roger Rashid next.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
Depression affects millions of Australians. That's why CMAX is on a mission to develop better treatment options. But it can't be done without your help. If you're aged between 18 and 55 and generally healthy, you might be eligible to take part in a clinical trial for depression research. Participants will spend 4 nights at CMAX in Adelaide CBD and get paid for their time. Ready to make an impact on the future of mental health research? Apply today at cmax.com.au.
When a disaster strikes, knowing what to do helps keep you safe. That's the sound of AusAlert, Australia's new emergency messaging system. AusAlert sends near-instant alerts to compatible mobile devices during local and national disasters. As part of the national rollout, we'll be sending a test alert to your mobile device around 1:30 p.m. on Monday the 27th of July. AusAlert helps keep you informed. Visit ausalert.gov.au. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
Now, without doubt, the biggest contributor to the swear jar at Urban Bathrooms and Kitchens is David Cox himself, the boss. Coxie swears that you can rely on the integrity and expertise of his dedicated team for your kitchen or bathroom renovation.
Oh, goodness me, I love this team. A new contributor to the swear jar is Mark the Tiler. Not Mark the Tiler, the Tiler. Now, Mark swears to greet you with a smile, millimetre perfect, and a good tiler makes your bathroom or kitchen.
Awesome.
Makes it. It goes...
Oh, yeah. Now, Renette is a designer of 20 years with Urban and swears to listen to your ideas and help create a functional space just for you. And Rick the plumber, legend, swears to always be on time and clean up after himself.
Bit overrated, Rick.
No way.
He's got a bit of flatulence.
No way.
Hey, all plumbers do. For a team that swears to deliver on quality and service, see Urban Bathrooms and Kitchens. They are the only Adelaide home renovation expert.
Local news and information first. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Down to 11 tonight, showers easing tomorrow 17. With the 6 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher.
I can't think of anything more fun to do than acting.
Sam Neill, who passed away today at the age of 78. Alex Riddell has more.
One of the most versatile actors of his generation, Sam Neill starred in some of cinema's biggest films. Best known for his role in the Jurassic Park franchise, his celebrated career also included acclaimed films The Piano and The Dish. Born in Ireland and raised in New Zealand, Neill spent much of his life living in Sydney. In 2019, he received Australia's highest screen honour, the Longford Lyle Award at the Actors.
I continue to be immensely grateful for the opportunity to work here and the generosity that Australia has shown me for no really good reason.
He had recently overcome blood cancer and had been in remission before dying suddenly in hospital, surrounded by family.
The Prime Minister has released a statement paying tribute to Sam Neill. Actors David Wenham, Shane Jacobson and Magda Zabansky taking to social media to pay their respects. A state memorial service was held for Professor Richard Scolyer at the Sydney Opera House today. He died last month after a 3-year battle with brain cancer. His wife, Dr. Katie Nichol, says her late husband was someone who made friends easily.
It didn't matter to Rich who someone was, their background, or even if it might embarrass his kids. He just had an amazing ability to walk up, say hi and start a conversation. I think Rich pretty much applied this approach to everything in his life. It was always worth having a go.
An overseas visitor has been busted and fined heavily for extreme speed. Her sedan was clocked doing 175 in a 110 zone on the Stewart Highway at Pimba at lunchtime. That's 65 k's over the speed limit. The 23-year-old woman has been fined more than $2,100. Well, Australia is catching up with the rest of the world and ditching paper arrival cards for incoming travellers. Digital forms will be adopted at all international air and seaports over the next 18 months. Terry O'Toole from the Flight Attendants Association says it'll be much more convenient.
It's good news for everyone, to be quite honest. Let's come into this century. Most Asian countries are using these. Countries around the world use them. The great thing is most of them are open 72 hours beforehand. So, you don't have to do it in that last minute, what have I got in my suitcase, but you can actually do it as you're packing.
Now turning to 5AA Sport, and Port play FIVEAA this weekend. Assistant coach Stuart Dew says they're keen to get back on the winners list.
The players love a challenge. We look forward to playing the best team in the comp. Be individually and collectively a good chance to test ourselves, and I think we've been backs to the wall. Geelong, Hawthorn game and even the showdown, and we need to make sure it's another good showing on the weekend.
Jason Horne-Francis will sit it out as he serves a one-game suspension. Meantime, Riley Hamilton from GWS is the AFL Rising Star nominee for round 18. To tennis, and Jannik Sinner has wrapped up Wimbledon with the ultimate piece of silverware, a 4-set win against Alexander Zverev, giving him back-to-back crowns. He thanked his mum, who watched on nervously, and his opponent when receiving the trophy.
My mum, I see her, she left the stadium a couple of times, and, it is... Being a player, it's not easy, so but in the same time it has been an amazing fun once again, and it always takes two players, and me and Sasha, we try to give everything we have.
And a World Cup memento with a difference. FIFA is selling squares of the grass that will be used for the July 19 final at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey for $450 US per piece. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Flowing through Blair, we've got a breakdown at Upper Sturt Road near Sturt Valley Road. Another one in Urbray at the bottom of the freeway near Crossroads to Ovingham. There's a large amount of glass on the road around Torrens Road near Gilbert Street, and delays in Sturt at Marion Road near Sturt Road. Save up to $171 over 6 months on select internet plans with Aussie Broadband. Sale ends July 23. AussieBroadband.com.au. See website for T's and C's. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Down to 11 tonight. Showers easing tomorrow, 17. Partly cloudy Wednesday, 16. Mostly sunny Thursday, also 16. Right now it's 14 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Thank you. I'm Brenton Brankless. Tonight, Jurassic Park actor Sam Neill has died suddenly in Sydney, aged 78. Iran and the US ramp up attacks, what it means for petrol and groceries. And Lambo guy returns to Adelaide with plans to open a discount servo in the southern suburbs. Don't worry, you haven't missed the news. Start over on 9 Now as soon as you're home.
Burncut knows what you do underground for part of the year is equally important to what you do above ground for the rest of the year.
And they lived happily ever after.
Night, Dad.
If you're looking for a mining career with a better work-life balance, it's what we don't cut out that makes Burncut a cut above. Apply now at burncut.com.
Great drive-away offers on select Mazda SUVs are on now, like the Mazda CX-3 Pure from $39,990 drive away, or the Mazda CX-30 Pure from $33,990 drive away. Terms, conditions and exclusions apply. See mazda.com.au for details.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is 5AA, always Adelaide.
35 years of down-to-earth family service, backed by modern premises, means you can rely on Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
How about that?
Sweet Sinner. 6-7, 7-6, 6-3. Another forehand crushed. 4 sets of compelling tennis to finish up Wimbledon 2026, a final to remember.
At 7 after 6 on this Monday night. It's all thanks to Parafield Airport Liquor, home of the hardest to find wines, beers and spirits. Life's better with your pals.
Certainly is. Former tennis pro, coach, mate of ours. He coached Leighton Hewitt, Monfils, Songer and Dimitrov. He joins us for a bit of a Wimbledon wrap. Our cobber, Roger Rashid. Rog, thanks for your time.
How are you, boys? You well?
Good. Yeah, good. Gee, Yannick Sinner. What's that? His 5th Grand Slam. He was just too good.
Yeah, look, it was amazing. It was quite a fascinating event because Yannick was 2-1 down in his first round match, looked all out of sorts, and actually, boys, was out of sorts, didn't quite find his best tennis right until the end, to be perfectly honest. So was really searching for it. And then you've got Zverev, who just came off winning the French Open, so the shackles had been released, and him to get through, the number 2 seed at the time, obviously Alcaraz is out with the wrist injury. He came onto the court and decided that, I'm not getting over the top of Yannick Sinner. I've got to actually make a decision to redline my game, and he did, especially with his forehand, which has been a vulnerable side. He decided to really go all out at extreme speeds whenever he had the opportunity, and he started off really well and got the first set, and it looked like, the second set when it got to a tie break, it was fascinating to watch. That was the moment for me. If you win the second set and you're up 2 sets to love, it's a big way for it's a long way back to Yannick Sinner to get that. So I thought that was the match there, and then you could see Yannick just finding his way, and then over the course of the time, he was just a better player. To put it into perspective, Zverev served at 76% of first serves in the court. Now that number at any time would win you tennis matches all day long, and that's an extreme number in our game. We're generally, if you're at 65%. That's a very good serving day, and that's what the best players want to do. Yannick was at 64%. This guy was at 76%, and then Yannick was able to get through and win that match. That says a lot about what Yannick offers up the other side of the court. A, his ability to put bat on ball. B, his movement around the court. And then when he found his tennis, the boys were they were unloading on the ball. It was actually it was entertaining to see, boys, physically how the games moved, in the sense that the movement and the power of the game, that's just kept getting bigger and bigger. Those two were on show. You're talking about a 6'6" guy and a 6'4" guy running around that quick on the court. Yeah, it's extraordinary.
Yeah. Well, it's his second Wimbledon 5th Grand Slam, Darren Cahill. We'll talk about him shortly, but...
do we have to?
Yeah, well, I mean, we all do. Yannick Sinner now can return, and if you have a look at all the players that Darren coached, they were very good returners because they can all serve, let's face it. You gave some numbers there, but he's really added that to his game, Yannick, hasn't he?
Yeah, look, you've got to be, if you're the best player in the world, you can do a whole lot of things really well, but one of the key things of being a great tennis player is how many times you can get the ball back off the server. So you've got to be an elite returner. If you look at them, Agassi was, Leighton was, Novak's probably, he's probably been the greatest of all time of actually returning the ball into play and putting it in an offensive position. So they've all got that quality about them, and then it's just about their freedom of being able to play in the big moments. They're able to play freely and clearly. And what Yannick's done that he's brought to the table is they've improved his serve, Rowey. No doubt about it. His positional serving is a lot better, especially on second serve as well. And what he's done is he's accelerated the way he hits the ball off the back of the court. So now whenever he gets an opportunity to unload on the ball, it's just all-out attack from any part of the court. So he doesn't have a fear of where the ball is, that there's no sort of safety net for him anymore. He just sees everything as a spot that he could hit, and he can hit it with extreme speed. And so he puts the ball on you really quickly and challenges your ability to react and then recover. And play a shot at the same time. So he challenges you in a whole lot of different ways. So he's a really tough proposition to play. And, he's got love for the game. And Darren's obviously been able to come into that group and offer this real calmness of navigating through 2 weeks of a major and what it takes to actually do that, as far as a bit of grit and a bit of roll your sleeves up. When Yannick was before Darren, he didn't probably have that, let's roll our sleeves up, go to work. And when it's hurting, that's okay. You've got to actually be resilient enough to go through the hurt and still compete. And I think Darren sort of brought a lot of that and sort of toughened him up, which has obviously made him shine.
Well, this time last year, Darren Cale says he's retiring after the US Open. The US Open happens. I think Darren had his 60th birthday, and then I needed to get Darren to do a message for 5AA and the like. And remember and I said, I thought you were retiring. He said, yeah, so do I. Now, so how does he get him back? And how long is he going to stay in this game?
Well, it's interesting. I mean, I think that they've had a couple of conversations, and Darren's one of these guys that he won't overstay his welcome. And if he feels like the players, said, "Oh, look," he'll feel it as well. What the real good coaches do is they actually feel when you've done your journey, and everyone's got a timeline in that sort of one-on-one sport.
Great.
But I also said, I remember having Timmy having coffee with Darren and said, "Mate, you're not retiring." I said, I understand that. I said, you couldn't be on a better horse. I said, he's a great kid, got so much respect for people around him. He's willing to. It's not just about him. It's about everybody else, and he wants to make sure everyone else is happy. And yes, there are stresses, as should obviously we know. But I said, gee, it's not often you get the opportunity. And by the way, your man and our Karaz, they own the competition at the moment. So she's a fun little period. So who knows? Will he continue on? It'd be hard not to. But you've also got to understand that the constant travel year after year, and in and out of. Eventually it can get to you, and it has its time. But I'm sure Darren's, he's enjoying it.
The women's final, a 21-year-old now, is it Noskova? Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah, Noskova. That's and it was a good win too, because it was a good final and a comeback in the second, and then had to finish it off in the third. So it was a good watch.
100%, Timmy, and it was, the beauty of tennis is the one-on-one battles it's the most intriguing one, because we get to find out full-time how someone's character evolves, and also what they do in the big moments, and how they actually, what type of resilience do they have? What are those levers they can pull, or don't they have those levers? And for her, she's 21-year-old, 2 years ago lost her mother. So to be in that scenario where you're 2 years down the track, she probably didn't know what her life looked like 2 years ago, for a young 19-year-old. And, and so for her to play countrywoman as well, first time that's happened it doesn't happen very often. And for her opponent, look at her, she's like Roger Federer. She's a free-flowing tennis player, shot maker, super athletic. And I would have thought that type of athlete, that's where I have my money, really. But she came out in that big moment, her second major final, and for Noskova, it's her first as a 21-year-old. And Mukova was she just couldn't find her game, just was a little rattled. And when you're a free-flowing tennis player and you like playing your shots, if you're not quite feeling it and finding it, you can sort of give away a lot of free points, and it did. And she was down 2-6, 2-5, and Noskova had 5 match points. So imagine them losing the second set when you've got 5 match points for the championship. Yeah. And then you've got to take a break and come back and find a way through. And for her to be able to do that was extraordinary. The third set was gripping. The last set and a half was gripping. And it was, it said a lot about both of them as well. So very close friends. So that was a great storyline, to be honest.
Yeah, it was. It's her first Grand Slam, one of many. She's only 21. So that's it for Nick Kyrgios. He's like Bernard Tomic. He can just ride off into the sunset, see you later, never to be seen of again, with a bit of luck.
Well, I think to me, Rowey, I think that's, the reality is you've got to, I think you've got to set up your body for, to go into battle with these at any level, don't you? One of the big things is preparing, and if you don't do that at a young age and build the foundations, I think it comes to bite you, and it's sort of bit pretty hard. And I think that's where it's at, and we can focus on all the rest, can't we?
Well done, Leighton Hewitt's son Cruz didn't do too bad.
Boys Wimbledon title. 4-6, 6-4. Jordan Lee. He only turned 16 in May, and he saves his best till last. A knife in the heart of Cruz Hewitt.
Well, I don't know whether it was a knife in the heart. He did well to get there, Rog.
Yeah, well, it would have been Cruz was probably the big favourite. This young 16-year-old turned 16 in May, so He's from Orlando, Florida, and he had to qualify to get into the junior tournament.
Ooh.
So that's a big ask in itself. But wow, did he show some enormous composure. And Cruz is only playing that junior tournament, so he's actually been trying to focus on the seniors and get a lot of senior competition and experience. He's got a good game, and it's still developing, obviously, in a whole lot of areas. And he was definitely the favourite going into that.
Okay.
He led 4-2 in the third set, won the first set, looks pretty comfortable, dropped the second, and then he led 4-2 in the third. It looked like it was, it was going to be Cruz for sure in that match. But then it was funny. Once he lost serve and it got level again, he got a little. You could see there was a little bit of anxiety on the court, and then in between every point he missed, he was sort of, he got a bit unsure of himself and got a bit flustered, and then it was, the steadiness of the young American who was 16, who was so poised and so enjoying his time that actually, that he held out there. So Cruz would be. It's amazing for the experience. You're on court one, big crowd. It's a junior Wimbledon final. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to transition and be a super player in the men's competition, but a lot become professional players. There's no doubt about that. But it's a great experience to actually have that and feel that emotion and what it looks like to almost clinch something that means a lot.
Yeah,
so he's still got a bit. That his emotional control was probably the thing that let him down at the end, but still a pretty good experience for sure.
Well done. Hey, Roger, as always, thanks for your time.
Thanks, boys.
Well done.
See you,
Roger Rashid there. We might see more of Cruz.
Yeah,
I think so.
If you're making the boys' final...
The last one to do that was Dimonor as a junior.
Yeah, and, we know Alex, he competes. He's still got he's fifth seed in this particular tournament, but he finds it hard to get up past those big servers and powerful. Exactly what he was talking about with those two guys and just absolutely going for it.
6'4" and just bang,
that's
bang,
where
bang.
Poor old Alex doesn't have those weapons.
No.
All right, when you're after that special drop, trust your pals to have it. At Parafield Airport Liquor, the home of the hardest to find wines, beers and spirits. Life is better with your pals. 19 after 6 on this Monday night. Next, we're going to wrap up all the Adelaide Footy League latest with Alex Coots, and not too far away, the Samful Show with Matt Panos.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
Live your dream with Holiday Wonders on our delightful Tale of Two Cities 7-day rail holiday to Sydney and Melbourne. Perfect for seniors, our special shoestring money saver departure on the 11th of August offers value and unforgettable experiences. Enjoy rail travel, quality accommodation, meals, cruises, entertainment and the excitement of two of Australia's greatest cities, Sydney and Melbourne. Call now and save. Visit holidaywonders.com.au.
Maybe you're not winning a sprint anytime soon, but you're not old. Try experienced. That's more like it. You've lived, you've experimented with things, so now you know what you like. With Support at Home by Rest Haven, we help with that. From jobs around the home to nursing and clinical care. We've been around for over 90 years, so we know how you can stay living your way in your home. Experience counts. Find out more at resthaven.asn.au.
Okay, Timmy, the older you get, the more you realise buying or selling property, well, it's not just paperwork, it's your money, it's your timing, it's your family, it's your future, it's your next big move.
Yeah, look, that's fair to say. And one missed detail can turn settlement day into a fair dinkum headache. Now, it's like a domino effect. It can all go downhill pretty quickly from there.
What you need is a good conveyor.
Yeah.
And here's the name, Hoodeman's Horner Conveyancing. Makes sense, doesn't it? They explain the contract, the searches they need, the adjustments, the legal bits in plain English. So you know what's happening every step of the way.
And with Hoodeman's Horner, you'll be dealing with the same conveyancer from start to finish. Clear updates, no hidden fees.
Well, on settlement day, you want it to go through. Especially if you bought it.
Way.
You want it to go through. Well, whether you're selling the family home, downsizing, investing, or helping the kids buy, you're not left guessing when it matters.
Correct. Start with a simple online quote at hhconveyancing.com.au.
You don't need a brand new kitchen to feel like you have one. Dream Doors Kitchens Adelaide are the kitchen facelift experts, helping families right across SA transform tired kitchens for around half the cost of a full renovation. It's the same layout, just beautifully updated with premium finishes backed by a 10-year warranty. Plus, their in-house designers work with you to get it just right. Visit dreamdoorskitchens.com.au, a smarter way to love your kitchen again.
Confidence. It's got you this far. But for life's biggest moments, sometimes we need a little outside help. Ascender Life. Protecting Australians' confidence for over 175 years. Always consider the PDS and TMD at ascender.com.au to decide if this product may be right for you.
Next time you've got scrap metal piling up in the workshop, out in the yard, or hiding in that corner every business pretends not to see, take it to Normetals. They'll turn scrap into cash. Old batteries, PVC cables, radiators, industrial scrap, steel, aluminium, copper or brass, Normetals in Ottaway will take it away, free up space and top up your petty cash. Plus, a tidy site is a safer site, especially when it comes to scrap metal. Normetals. Cash for scrap. It's that easy.
Vehicle damaged? Remember 3Ps. Pro Paint and Panel. They'll take care of everything, including insurance.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 23 minutes after 6. Everyone loves the South Australian Caravan Camping and Outdoor Show, and they've got the Caravan Camping and Outdoor Sale on next Thursday to Sunday at the Adelaide Showground. There's tickets available online. This is always a great show. We've got 4 tickets to give away tonight on the Sports Show. 8223 0055. Call in now. First caller through can get those 4 tickets for this weekend.
Well, let's go to Adelaide Footy League. Let's go to Alex Coots, the old Cooter Burger. Geez, I tell you what, it would have been wet in those Community League football grounds, Alex.
Well, absolutely. It was wet. Where we were at Athelston, it bucketed.
Oh, damn it. Well, let's start there. Athelston, Tea Tree Gully, how'd they go?
What was the thriller?
Yeah, well, it was an absolute thriller. The battle of the Div 2 grand finalists, Athelston 11-5-71, Tea Tree Gully 11-10-76. Both teams very accurate for the conditions that it was down there at Max Amber Sports Field. Noah Hyde got best on ground, and for Athelston, Caleb Barton kicked 3 goals.
Wow.
Yeah, I think you're right with conditions. Scores were tight. What about the Glenunga v St. Peter's Old Collegians?
Yeah, well, this one was a bit more inaccurate than the other one. It was Glenunga 6-15-51, St. Peter's 5-7-37, a 14-point win to Glenunga. Michael McMahon got best on ground, and for St. Peter's, Tom Rundle pushed up again and kicked 2 goals out of their 5.
Okay, and Payneham did do too bad in the wet, but 4 goals 16's not going to get it done. But geez, at least they looked like they were competitive.
Well, that was second to top they played.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, 20 scoring shots to 21, 4-16-40 to 12-9-81. Salisbury North with a whopping 41-point win. Salisbury North had 9 individual goal kickers, and Nathan Maunder had 2 goals, both of them being Goal of the Year contenders.
Maunder, the big Maunder head.
Great name. Port Districts, I believe Scott Lysett has returned to the team.
Yeah, well, that's a big in for Port District. 11-11-77. Ross Trevor, 8-5-53, a 26-point win, which now puts Port District top of the ladder and Ross Trevor down to third, with Salisbury North being in between the two. Gavin Shepard starred kicking 5 goals, and Ross Trevor, 7 out of their 8 goals were individual goal kickers.
Now, let me have a guess. Pascoe kicked 4 for Golden Grove.
Well, you'd be wrong, because Nick Collins kicked 3 and Pascoe kicked 2. So this time he didn't kick 4 like normal, but I'm sure he'll be back to his ways soon. And Connor Gloyers kicked 2 goals for Sacred Heart in a 5-goal loss.
You're a star, Cootsy. Now, Div 7, before you go, mate, there was a lot of close games, actually, in Div 7. So the one I'll probably look at was the West Croydon v Flinders University game. This is the 5AA Division 7 of Adelaide Football League.
Yeah, well, last week, Filming Footy was streaming all the Div 7 games, so hopefully everyone got a chance to check that out. It was West Croydon 8-7-55, Flinders Uni 9-9-63. Reece Johnston kicked 4 and Joshua Harris kicked 3 for West Croydon, while for Flinders Uni it was Leon Spring who kicked 3.
Sensational stuff, mate. As usual, keep up the good work. And what game have you got next week?
I am at Ross Trevor.
Ooh.
I'm not sure quite who the opponent is.
Well, at least you know where you're
going. The opponent is Glenunga.
At least you know where you're going. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Good on you, Coot.
See you next week, mate.
Thank you. See ya.
Good man. Adelaide Football League.
Does a great job.
Yeah, he does a great job. And, of course, for more information, visit adelaidefooty.com.au. The Adelaide Footy League is strengthening communities through football. Time for us to get going. It's 27 after 6 here on 5AA. Thanks for joining us tonight. We're back from 4 tomorrow. Next, Matt Panos joins us in the studio for the Sample Show.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show. Will Goodings with Stacey Lee. 5AA Breakfast.
We've got Dave on the line. Dave's mate was one of the people who exchanged work